You're in Braves country. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35. The Great 44, or 755. and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Line Up for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub bowl. Really, this is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive, let's see it. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Washington Nationals, C.J. Abrams. 5 home runs, 15 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .303. Batting second, playing third, Ahmed Rosario. 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .293. James Wood batting third, playing left. A .268 average with 11 home runs, 24 RBI, and 5 stolen bases. Daniel Lowe, batting cleanup, playing first. 7 homers, 29 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .230. Alex Call is in right field and batting fifth. He has a .312 average, no home runs, 14 RBIs, 1 stolen base. Josh Bell batting sixth, the designated hitter. 5 home runs, 14 RBI, batting .143. Dylan Cruz batting seventh and in center field. He's got 5 home runs, 10 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .181. Batting eighth and playing second base, it's Jose Tena. 7 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .229. And batting ninth and behind home plate tonight for the Nationals, it's Riley Adams. 2 home runs, 6 RBI, batting .179. On the mound for the Washington Nationals tonight, it's Mitchell Parker. He's 3-3 with a 3.97 ERA, a 1.30 WHIP, 45 and a third innings, 37 hits allowed, 26 strikeouts, 22 walks, 1 home run served. He'll be going head-to-head with Bryce Elder. Bryce is 2-2 with a 4.97 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, 38 innings, 30 strikeouts, 37 hits allowed, 12 walks, 8 home runs served. Backing up Bryce in the bottom of the first inning, well, somebody must be listening. It's Eli White leading off. He's got 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .287. It only took us to game 43 to get that accomplished. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 8 home runs, 26 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .289. Marcell Ozuna is the designated hitter and batting third. 6 home runs, 15 RBI, batting .271. Batting cleanup, playing first, Matt Olson. 7 home runs, 21 RBI, a .219 average. He'll be followed by Sean Murphy, who is batting fifth and behind home plate. Smurf has 7 home runs, 17 RBI, a .231 clip. Batting sixth, playing second, it's Ozzie Albies. He's got a .214 average, 5 home runs, 16 RBI, 5 stolen bases. Batting seventh and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He's got 3 home runs, 25 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .214. Batting eighth and in right, it's Stuart Fairchild. He's 1 for 23 on the year with a stolen base, an .043 clip. Batting ninth and playing short, Nick Allen. 7 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .250. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, Chad Fairchild. Your first base umpire, Big Bill Miller. Second base will be manned by Ben May, and down the third base line, it's Austin Jones. Game time temperatures tonight, 81 degrees. At first pitch, expected to be about 5-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from right field to left here at Truist Park. Your Atlanta Braves come in minus 170 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Our pick to click tonight, small sample size versus Mitchell Parker. But there are 6 guys in the lineup who have at least 5 at-bats. No one has gone yard against Mitchell, and Eli White hasn't seen him one time. But we're going to take the book of Eli. We've been pounding the table saying he needs to be leading off, especially versus left-handed hitters. Seems as good a time as any to take a little white lightning to click. We'll take the Atlanta Braves to get in a groove tonight, put some runs on the board. And considering how bad this offense has been this year, I know this is a huge limb. But we're going to take the Atlanta Braves to get to double digits on the scoreboard for just the second time all year long. Give me your Atlanta Braves to win this one, going away 10-3. Keys to the game tonight, got to put the bat on the ball and get into that soft bullpen of the Washington Nationals. Don't give Mitchell Parker easy, quick outs. The other big thing that seems to be obvious here is Bryce Elder needs to be the Bryce Elder of the good we've seen, not the bad. He's given up 8 home runs in just 38 innings. He's got to keep the ball in the park against this Washington offense. If he does that, get him to the 5th or 6th inning, let the bullpen do the rest. And Parker's the type of pitcher that the Braves normally tee off on. Should be noted, Ozuna's 2 for 6, lifetime versus Parker, so keep an eye on that. White, Fairchild, and Allen have never faced him. Parker's last few outings have been really shaky. He started off the year with a very good ERA. In fact, his first 4 of 5 outings, he gave up 1 run or less. The outlier being a 3-run outing against the Marlins on April 11th. But in his last 3 outings, Parker has gone just 13 innings and has given up 15 earned runs. So his sub-4 ERA is a little misleading when you look at that. On the flip side, you can say these 2 pitchers are going in opposite directions because Bryce Elder, who started off really rocky this year, as we all know, has looked pretty darn good in his last 4 outings, going a total of 23 innings and giving up just 9 earned runs. Prior to that, he'd gone 15 innings and giving up a total of 12 earned runs. In those first 3 starts, that's where 5 of the home runs came from. Since then, he's given up just 3, 1 in Coors Field. I expect to see the good Bryce today against a national offense that can be tricky, but his sinker-slider mix should serve him well. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. See who we have kicking in the chat today. ICCT, K, Debbie Downer McCoy over here. Gary, are you related to this person? Uncle Charlie Fritz, John, Country Club member. What? What happened, John? Someone jump into your wallet, steal your card? Hillian. Mark Ricky Ricardo. Hillian throwing elbows early. I saw the comment, Hillian. Andrew. Who else do we have in here? Jameson. King James Hagan. Neil Pearson. Daniel Barry. It's great news about your wife, James. I know everyone in Braves country has been thinking about her. David M. McComber. Who else do we have here? Kay. Daryl and his other brother, Daryl. Justin Green Machine. What you talking about, Willis Mathis? Jason Adams. Jason up and Adams. Live, good to see you. And I think that's just about everybody. Trying to take a couple of last looks. We've got some clips that I want y'all to hear because got some good clips from last night. Charlie Elrod. Pushing buttons. Who else do we have here? Taffy. Kal-El. Man, this is a long one today. I might have to start not going all the way back to the beginning and just start doing it from about 15, 20 minutes before I come on. Because there's a lot to scroll through and try to find out. It's a lot on my end because it also shows the ones from other apps and I have to decipher because I'm only looking for the ones for YouTube. Denise, good to see you. Nathaniel Brooks. Colby and Edward Spry. All right, this first one is the Drake after the game.
Drake, you were there for 0-7. Now 35 games later, you get back to 500. How good does it feel?
I mean, it definitely feels good, especially get to that 500 mark. We've been so close to it for the last couple games here. Getting back to 500, just testament to this team continuing with the plan and knowing how good we can be.
Your fourth homer of this season. Dylan Cruz out there in right field tried to deke a few of us. Did you know you got it?
I thought I got it. I thought it might have been off the wall, but he deked me. I was like, no way. I wonder if my bat broke or something, but he got me. I'm not going to lie, but it was nice to see it go over.
We've seen Spencer Schwellenbach deliver a lot of great starts over his young career. He relied more heavily on the slider tonight. What did the two of you like about that pitch?
Yeah, I mean, from the bullpen, he was just talking. He was like, feels good today, and it was showing up in the game. So threw a lot of sliders, had a lot of success there, and I mean, he was even able to do everything else we asked him to do, and it's an impressive pitcher.
Well, Drake, a chance to get over 500 tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll be ready.
And then here is Snit after the game, and you got to hear this one clip. We've actually turned this one part of the clip into a soundbite. And let me see if I can find the actual clip by itself to, what did we do with it? It may take me a second to find it. But it's a funny clip because he's talking about Ozzie Albies, and he's talking about Ozzie Albies struggling at the plate. And here it is. So we turned this into a clip, but you'll hear the full thing on it here in a second.
Thank God. I was going to take his belt. I want to find him hanging in the shower.
So just know Probably going to play that from time to time when a guy's in a real slump, or maybe guys getting hammered out there, like a starting pitcher, and he finally gets out of it. So I thought it was a funny ass clip that somebody, I want to say it was David O'Brien of The Athletic, asked him, but he basically just asked him on Ozzie Albies. You'll hear it in a second, but I wanted to give you some context for it because we've turned that into a clip going forward. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, he just keeps piling up good at bats, getting good decisions, and did a great job with Schwelly, and so that was big. We needed to have some offense there, and it was good tonight. Knock some runs in and get a little lead.
That's why you played him for a second time in 3 days. You said
Yeah, well, I'm gonna play him again Thursday.
What about Ozzie? Getting a couple of his.
Again, thank God. I was gonna take his belt. I want to find him hanging in the shower.
For Drake, how do you max? I mean, you say you're going to start him again Thursday, but can you start to maybe see an every other day type thing? Or?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'm just, I told both of those guys what my plan was this series, and we'll probably just go series to series and see, look at some matchups and things like that, and because he's doing well. I mean, he's helping us win games, so we'll just kind of go from there.
How big is this for Schwellenbach to kind of be finding his way out of what was really the first rough start?
Yeah, I think big, good, and like I think I told you guys a few weeks ago when it happened, it's like you're not the first guy that's gone through this after kind of a, he ran into some, he'd misplace a pitch every now and then when he first got here, and but everything was kind of seamless, and now they're preparing for him and they're aware of him, and those guys talk. I mean, I know our guys, when we run into players from other teams, they like talking about him because it's kind of a rough ride for him. So they're aware of him, and he's going to have to continue just as he has. And that was big tonight to go 7 innings. So it's, made a couple of really nice plays again. So it's good. It's good, nice. It's fun to watch these guys mature and kind of figure things out too.
It's just that climb that mountain or got to that spot. It was elusive there at the 500 mark.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I've been aware of that too. That I said, God, I don't, just because I think we were 8 under actually at one point, and like it's just a testament to the guys, man, how they never quit, they never stop just doing their job and coming into work and preparing and playing the game the right way, and so it's good. It's not a big deal, but it kind of is, and because we got so much more baseball to play, but just that hole we dug ourselves, and to think that in 42 games we got this thing back even is pretty good.
You're only 15 that's ever started 0-7 and got to 500 in a season. So do you think people maybe don't have the perspective on how good your record has been since?
Yeah, and that stuff I didn't know. I've been told it. They're and everything. So I kind of feel like we've just started playing baseball the way we were capable. It was a rough start, obviously, and but I'm proud how the guys have hung in there, how they hung in there during that time. And allowed themselves to get back now. I mean, this really is, we're 500. It's kind of cool, but doesn't mean anything. I mean, but, we're just playing better, more consistent, and things are we're still, ways away from hitting on all cylinders, but, I kind of feel like, well, maybe that's good that we can do what we did to get back there, and still, as I've said many times, I think our best baseball is ahead of us.
A report came out in the middle of the game that Ronald would be making his way to Gwinnett on Thursday.
Yeah.
Is there anything about that?
Yeah, no, I guess that's why I told you guys. I figured he'd get 3 at bats if he's leading off, and I'm sorry, yeah, that's what he said. He had a hard homer, and so he's traveling tomorrow, and then he'll join Gwinnett on Thursday. And then, then it'll just be, we'll just watch him, how he feels as the workload mounts. And I'm sure there'll be, scheduled with playing the outfield, DH, a day off, recovery day, all that kind of stuff. And then it'll be, about his body and his legs and things like that.
Talking to you guys about how he feels running and everything?
I'm sorry?
Has he been talking to you guys about how he's feeling
Oop.
running?
He's in Florida.
Him to be back while the team is in Atlanta, or could it be?
I have no idea. I don't know when to expect him to be back. Like I say, it's going to determine as the workload progresses. This is a young man that hadn't played in a long time. So his body's got to get back into baseball shape, and that doesn't happen overnight. That's a time-consuming thing. And, because we see what guys, when they miss spring training, which he has, he's missed everything. And how important it is to get his body. That's why we stay down there for 6 weeks, is to get their guys' bodies in shape to play. Would I expect him to? I don't think he can be on a rehab for 6 weeks. But, we got to be aware of that as more than anything else.
So there you have that. To clarify, I don't know why Snecker doesn't know it, but you cannot be on rehab for more than 20 days. 20 days is the limit. So when he started it yesterday, unless another injury pops up, and teams have been known to do that, to massage the whole thing and come up with another injury to give a guy more time. But officially, you cannot be on a rehab assignment for more than 20 days, which means the latest that he would show up would be, he started on, what is that, the 13th. So the latest he could show up would be the early June? So I don't think it's going to be that long. The more and more that I look at it, I really do believe they probably want him to debut at home because you want the ticket sales, right? And that the home series either against San Diego on the 23rd or Boston on the 30th seemed like the most likely. I would have been pushing more towards Boston on the 30th, but I was surprised to hear he was going to Gwinnett as early as Thursday. I figured he would be down that FCL for the entire week and then go to either double or triple A or a combination of the two for another 2 weeks. But this kind of pushes up that time frame. I don't think they want his first series to be at Philly. So if he's not back by the San Diego series, I don't see him being back by the Philly series. And then you would just push it to Boston on the 30th. There's a strong possibility that he could pop up in that Washington series right before San Diego. But like I said, they probably want the fans to be going through the roof on a Friday night at Truist Park against San Diego. So take all that into consideration, and we are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves as the Braves are in their home whites. Braves on the chest in red, outlined in navy. Tomahawk underneath with the same, with the yellow striping throughout the handle and the axe handle and the tomahawk itself. Numerals on the back are in red, outlined in navy. Names on the back in navy. And Bryce Elder throwing his final warm-up tosses as C.J. Abrams heads towards home plate. And we are getting set. See if this thing will kick in a little early today. Looks like it might be. Braves in the outfield left to right. It's going to be Eli, Harris, and Fairchild. Round the horn, same as it has been for a while. Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen. Smurf is behind home plate with the lefty on the mound. Saw y'all talking about in the chat. Expect Drake Baldwin to take the day game tomorrow. Right-hander is expected. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is a fastball, just misses in on the inner track. It's 0-1. 1-0. The 1-0 swing lifted into center field. And that's going to get dumped in for a base hit. So back-to-back games, C.J. Abrams has led the game off with a hit. Yesterday was a home run. This time, it was just a dying quail in front of Michael Harris. Couldn't quite get to it. One on, nobody out, and Ahmed Rosario takes the first pitch, sinker inside. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Braves infield is back and to the left, playing Rosario to pull. He punched it through the hole last night, and that ball's going to hit him. 90-mile-an-hour sinker, nowhere near the zone. Pops Rosario in the upper arm, and he'll gladly take first base, and they've got runners on first and second. Nobody out to start this game. This is not the good Bryce we were hoping for so far. So back to the drawing board. First and second, nobody out, and James Wood standing at the plate. Righty-lefty, first pitch. Slider right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Need a ground ball double play here. Be perfect timing. By the way, it is Pete Rose Day in Cincinnati. And they are playing the White Sox. The 0-1. Slider misses down and away, 1-1. Kind of seems like a no-brainer that you take the Reds on Pete Rose Day against the White Sox, right? Got to figure the White Sox are throwing it. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Braves infield is back and to the right, playing Wood to pull. Riley over on the left side all by his lonesome. The 1-2. Swing rips it through the hole, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Hard hit ball. Here comes the throw from Fairchild home, and they're going to have him. They're going to get C.J. What in the world happened there? I got to see a replay on there. They had C.J. Abrams out by a mile. I'm not sure what happened there. They didn't have a camera on it. See what happened here. Abrams hit the corner. Oh, he stutter-stepped it. At that point, he should have just stayed there, but good fortune for your Atlanta Braves. The runner at second did make it down to third. Now a double play can get us out of it. Really strange. Fairchild's got a good arm. Maybe Abrams doesn't know that and thought he could make the play anyways, but that was enough time to get the ball to Olsen, who easily threw it to home plate. So a bit of good luck for the Braves there. The third base coach, by the way, I was watching him the whole way. Ricky Gutierrez, he was waving Abrams home. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if he just didn't see him. First pitch on the way, 91-mile-an-hour sinker up top. It's 0-1. And he was watching the play. That is strange. I thought at first he was gripping at his leg, but it didn't. But it was just the way he was stutter stepping. The 0-1, high and out of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Those of y'all listening on radio, not following along on the app, put it this way: if the Braves had done that, we'd be raising Cain right now. The 1-1 pitch, swing, slices it foul, slider out of play. It's 1-2. Runners on the corners, nobody out. That's the bad news. The good news is the Braves were gifted an out at home plate just moments ago. The Elder trying to keep them off the board. But at this point, even if he can just get a fly ball out for one run, you'd feel like a win. The 1-2, swing, chops it back to Riley. Riley flips it to second. It's an awkward throw. Ozzie will make the play at second, and Rosario comes home to score. Rosario has good speed. I think Riley thought about coming home, but was hoping that he had a chance at the double play. If he comes home, it's probably best that he didn't. So runner at first, 2 outs, scores 1-0. That's the bad news. The good news is we might just get out of this jam with just the 1 run scored. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. 92 on the outer black. It's 0-1. Alex Call, the batter, batting .312 on the year, no home runs, but 14 RBI and an .812 OPS. The 0-1, 92 outside, 1-1. Another young batter for the Nationals that they have been high on. It took a little longer to develop, but he's turned into a pretty good hitter with good average. The 1-1. Swing, slices it towards right. Making the catch is Stuart Fairchild now in the inning. So we get out of a huge jam, 1 run, just like last night. Let's get it back. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. As soon as my direct deposit hit, my taste buds be allergic to everything that's in my refrigerator.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
So I wanted to tell y'all this because I thought it was comical, so I was wanting to see if somebody else thought it was funny. My child come home and was like, Mom, you want to see all my Valentines? I was like, yeah, cool, bring them to me. So, of course, they were just normal Valentines, but one of them had actual, like, kids writing on it, and it was a decent little amount of writing. So I read it, and I was like, did this little girl leave this note for anybody else, or was it just for you? He was like, no, I was the only one that got that note. It says, Happy Valentine's Day to the person who has seen the best and the worst of me and didn't run away screaming. So, mind you, my child is about to turn 10. So these are 4th graders. What does she mean by that? He said, I don't know, Mama. She just sits there and stares at me all day. I was like, well, have you told her to stop? He was like, many of times.
In the 1988 World Series, the Los Angeles Dodgers were the decided underdogs against a resurgent Oakland Athletics. The Dodgers' best hitter, Kirk Gibson, was injured and not expected to play. In the first game, in the bottom of the 9th, with 2 outs and 1 man on, and Oakland leading 4-3, their ace reliever Dennis Eckersley on the mound, Dodger manager Tommy Lasorda called to the clubhouse to see if Gibson could possibly pinch hit.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to the Book of Eli. Eli White just off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Go ahead and clean this up for you real quick. The 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Mitchell Parker kicks and fires. 93 four-seam fastball up top. It's 1-1. Eli is batting .287, 2 home runs, 10 RBI. Ronald Acuna Jr. just walked into the dugout, giving everybody hand high fives. As the 1-1 fouled away, 1-2. Flew into Atlanta today. He'll be heading to Gwinnett tomorrow. The 1-2 count to Eli. Up top misses, 2-2. I don't know if y'all saw the video or not on X, but it was pretty cool last night. They had a video, wish I could share it, but they would, rip it down. But he was in the dugout at the Florida League as the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, four-seam fastball right up in his kitchen, 1 away. And he was rooting on his teammates and getting on to them about doing this, and this, and really engaged in the game. You don't see that a lot for when you got a superstar going down to the Florida Directional League, but he hadn't played baseball in a year. You could tell he was into it. He's got nothing but smiles on his face tonight. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley, pops it up high down the right field line. That'll be an easy F9 in your scorecard, 2 down. The 2 quick outs. 6 pitches for Parker, and Marcell Ozuna will be the batter. Ozuna 2 for 6 lifetime against Parker. I think it's going to take the Braves at least one time through the order to get good looks on Parker. Just haven't had a big sample size on him yet. First pitch from Mitchell is at 95 fastball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. On the defense for the Nats today, you got Adams behind the plate. Third to first, it's Rosario, CJ, Tania, and Lowe. In the outfield, left to right, it's Wood, Cruz, and Call. The 0-1 inside bounces out of the glove of Adams. And it didn't look like that he called it a strike. It was right down the middle. But I think as it popped out of the glove of Adams, home plate umpire Fairchild just didn't give him the call. I don't know if he got distracted, but that was a strike. The 1-1. Way high out of the zone, 2-1. Ozuna even had a big wide grin on his face like, wait a minute, that was a ball? All right, we'll take it, buddy. So a 2-1 count. Maybe he can get into one after that mistake. They set up inside. Ozuna digs in. Swing. Chops it down the third base line. Just under his hands. Bangs it foul. It's 2-2. Braves nothing. Nats 1. Bottom of the first. The 2-2 from Parker. Swing! Rips it down the third base line. Into the dugout. We'll do it again. Nationals are wearing their road gray pants and dark navy uniforms. Washington across the chest in red. Outlined in white. Same thing with the numerals on the back. The names in red. Or excuse me, in white. The 2-2. Curveball misses high and out of the zone. Ball 3-3-2. Full count to Marcel. Matt Olson stands on deck. It's Pete Rose night tonight in Cincinnati as they take on the White Sox. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep. Will this hold? Going back on the track. Making the catch at the wall at the top of his jump is James Wood. That ball almost left the building. My word, it was up for a long time. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Why does it take longer to say www than it does to say World Wide Web? I object, Your Honor. Sorry, I just want to rephrase my question. Why does it take longer to say the abbreviated www than it does to say the not abbreviated World Wide Web? I object again, Your Honor, and I move to strike. Listen, aren't acronyms supposed to shorten our phrases, not make them 3 times the syllables? What is going on with W? And why is it the only letter in our alphabet with a word in it?
How'd you end up at the kids' table?
We couldn't find the leaf to expand the dining room table.
Is it true you had a cooked turkey delivered?
Look, cooking a turkey is a point of pride for me, but once I realized that I've never been proud of a turkey I've made, I figured it's time for a lineup change.
And how was the turkey?
Dry.
You had multiple uniform changes throughout dinner.
Spilled wine on myself, celebrating a touchdown.
You were watching football during dinner?
I'm sitting at the kids' table.
What'd you do with your extra 6 hours?
I did make my own cranberry sauce, which didn't get touched.
There are some reports about heavy heartburn.
Yeah, I don't think it's very ideal to be eating such a heavy meal sitting in a position where your knees are next to your ears.
I'm in the corner of the Dodger dugout anticipating that I'll be doing a losing interview. I'm standing just in front of the runway, and I can see Ben Hines, the Dodger batting coach, being dispatched by Lasorda into the clubhouse to check on Gibson. Then I can hear Gibson taking practice swings with a ball being placed by a bat boy on the tee and Gibson hitting into a net, and I can hear the grunts of pain coming from Gibson with every swing. Thwack! Thwack! And I'm thinking to myself, gee, if this guy is going to drag himself out here and hit, we've really got the stuff of legend. And Hines comes walking back, and like in a B movie, he passes Lasorda and says he thinks he's got one good swing in him. I'm thinking, who's writing this script?
The 2-0 pitch from Elder to Josh Bell is a comebacker to the mound. It's going to be a 1-3 put out. One down. Sorry for the interruption. I had to let the puppies out. It took just a couple of seconds more than I thought it was going to. Dylan Cruz, the batter. First pitch on the way is a sinker off the edge. It's 1-0. Hillian doesn't think that Acuna's a superstar. You already drinking, Hillian? 1-0. Up top, 1-1. That's a strange hill to die on because the guy absolutely is a superstar. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, banged on the ground, fires it over to first, and it's a 6-3 put out, 2 away. I mean, my definition of a superstar is someone who has incredible ability and also affects the needle on your television market, on tickets sold at the stadium, jerseys being sold. Two quick outs, which is what Elder really needed here. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss slider by Tanya. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-lefty, sinker off the edge, 1-1. One count. In the dirt, 2-1. And honestly, there's not that many superstars in not just baseball, but in sport. I mean, you got the handful of dynamic players. And the thing is, they have to be exciting. It's the 2-1. Chops it foul, 2-2. And Acuna, when healthy, I mean, who was more exciting in 2023 than Ronald Acuna Jr.? 40 home runs, 70 steals. He's definitely the straw that stirs the drink at the top of that order. And he may not do everything that everybody loves all the time, and they might have a few issues with him here and there. I don't care. I love to watch Ronald play. The 2-2, four-seam fastball, high and out of the zone, 3-2. And I'm really embracing it now because, A, we're getting these injuries left and right. And B, let's not, as the 3-2 pitch swung on, banged on the ground over to Ozzie. He'll flip it to first, and that'll end the inning. I'll finish that thought when we come back, or I might forget. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Some people need to learn how to go camping out in the mountains and not the left lane.
What are you doing there?
Amit?
I can see that. You're doing it wrong.
What are you talking about?
You almost finished your peas there. And you ain't even started that other, what do you call it?
Zucchini?
Yeah, whatever.
I was going to eat the zucchini after I finished the peas.
Then when are you going to get to the turkey?
After the zucchini.
That's dumb. You're supposed to eat a little of the peas, then a little bit of the cuisine.
Zucchini.
Whatever. And you take a little of the turkey there. So you get a good mixture there. That's what you call a balanced meal.
The feeling not just of exhilaration, but of utter surprise that engulfed that dugout when he made contact. The looks players exchanged, and then the spontaneous outpouring of emotion and this release of tension as he made his way around the bases was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in baseball.
And look who's coming up. 4-3 A's, 2 out, 9th inning. You talk about a roll of the dice. This is it. You know, complaining about the fact that with the left knee bothering him, he can't push off. Well, now he can't push off and he can't land. So the Dodgers trying to catch lightning right now.
And he's staying on an outside corner. He's not going to give him a ball to pull. With Davis, he just missed, but here's 2 quick strikes, both fastballs that kind of tail away the outside part. Hasse is not even flirted with the inside part of that plate.
Sachs waiting on deck, but the game right now is at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
It was Gibson's only at-bat in the series, but the inspired Dodgers went on to beat the stunned A's in 5 games.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. There's a slider up high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olsen digs in. Swing! Fouls it away. It's 1-1. Thank you for the kind words, Colby, but I'm far from a superstar. But I appreciate the good joke. Olsen sitting at 7 home runs, 21 RBI, a 744 OPS. You know, he hasn't really gotten going yet. The 1-1. Misses inside, 2-1. I can't wait to see what this offense looks like with a healthy Ronald Acuna. I don't want to rush him back. We've got enough guys in place now to play the outfield that until he's ready to roll, don't rush him back. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at that slider, 2-2. Two count. Braves nothing, Washington 1. We're just here in the bottom of the second inning. The 2-2 from Parker. Swing, chops it foul. Down the first base side. Appreciate you spending your Wednesday evening here in Braves country. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It's free, and smash that like. Those of y'all who can help support the channel at the Country Club, it's very much appreciated. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 95 right in his kitchen. Good night, Irene. 1 away. That's probably the hardest one he's thrown so far. That one got up on Olsen in a hurry. I was kind of expecting a bender the way the catcher was set up. I don't know if he hit his spot, but he got a strikeout. Sean Murphy, the batter. Lefty-righty. First pitch. Swing. Rattles it foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Infield back into the left. Parker delivers in the dirt. 1-1. Mitchell Parker here in the bottom of the second. Sitting at what will be his 22nd pitch. He's pretty good on that front so far. It wasn't nearly the quick inning he almost had as the 1-1 swing. That ball's hammered down the third base line, but foul. 1-2. First 2 at-bats in the top of the first were looking like a really quick inning, but Marcel did a good job of extending his at-bats, almost taking that one out. I mean, another foot or so, and that ball's gone. It just kept hanging and hanging. What little bit of wind here at Truist Park probably knocked it down. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 95 right in on his hands. 2 down. Michael Harris the second. Now due up. Ozzie Albies will move on to the on-deck circle. Oh, they've changed it. Okay. I was wondering what's going on here. It's Ozzie now. Harris is on deck. The first pitch on the way to Oz is inside. It's 1-0. Thought that was a little odd when they first released the lineup. 1-0 count. Ozzie batting .214. Pitch on the way. Swing. Rifles it back foul. It's 1-1. Infield playing back into the left, playing Ozzie to pull. Outfield pretty straight away and deep. Mitchell Parker has himself a no-no going so far. The 1-1. Swing. That ball's ripped towards left field, but it's going to get just into the glove of James Wood. A hard hit ball, but it had a lot of top spin on it. We'll be back in a flash. Braves, Nationals, 1-0 Washington. When we return, Nats grab the bats.
To anybody that's been mean to me. If you're having a hard time in life, good.
I learned a lesson. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
I'm not too sure why I'm about to tell the internet this, but I'm hoping I can save other people from doing the same exact thing. I was having a sugar attack, so I thought, well, let me go on down there to the Piggly Wiggly, and I did, right? Well, I wanted some ice cream. Okay, peanut butter flavor. See, look at it. It's got a little pretzel sticking up out the thing. It smells just like peanut butter. And I get home because I'm ready for the ice cream, right? I get it out the box. I pop the top off of it, and I ate the whole thing because it was delicious. I thought this just, for children, little children. Human little children. No, not at all, actually. I got scammed because right here in little bitty letters it says dog treat. And I ate the whole thing.
In 1869, Harry Wright, manager and outfielder for the Cincinnati Red Stockings, made 7 times the average working man's wage. In 1976, 107 years later, a ball player still made just 8 times a working man's salary. By 1994, the average major league salary would be nearly 50 times that of ordinary America.
The big difference now that players get so much is that it has distanced them from us. It was a blue-collar sport, and people in the stands could look at these people playing ball and think of them as workers because they were getting paid workers' salaries. And this perpetuated the illusion that with a little luck that could be me out there. The sense of we between fans and players was very strong in those days, and players stayed on a lot longer with the team, so they were familiars, like someone who worked in the same office with you almost. And all that is gone. It's quite different now.
Welcome back. First pitch from Bryce Elder. This is for a ball, and that's followed up by a slider down and away. It's 2-0. Adams, the right-handed batter, the hind catcher, batting 179, takes the 2-0 up top for a strike, 2-1. 2-1 pitch, swing. That ball's rifled down the first base side, but plenty foul. Hard hit ball, but way behind. Nats 1, Braves nothing. The infield is back into the left. The 2-2 from Bryce. Slider misses well high, 3-2. Shooting for the outer corner, and he got it high and inside. Bryce struggling with his control a little bit here tonight. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it foul. Chops it down the third base side over the tarps. Bat boy grabs it, tosses it into the crowd. Full count. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did strike 3. Big Bill Miller rang him up. 1 away. Wasn't sure if we were going to get the benefit of the doubt on that one. But it did look like, oh yeah, he definitely went around. He went around and then some. C.J. Abrams, the batter, he's 1 for 1. First pitch on the way. Outside high, it's 1-0. That was Bryce Elder's first strikeout of the night. 1-0. Slider down and in. That was a pretty good one, just missed the zone, 2-0. Abrams punched a single into center field his first time up, the 2-0. Slider right down the heart of the plate, 2-1. Try to clean this screen up for you real quick. 2-1 count is in the dirt, 3-1. Batting .308 on the year with 5 home runs, a 3-1 swing, chops it off his instep. Abrams was thrown out at the plate when he came around third, and for whatever reason, did kind of a stutter step and then continued his trek to home plate. Payoff pitch is rolled foul towards first. hoping I can find their post game somewhere after, because the 3-2 swing chops it. I'd love to hear what CJ had to say about that, because something was going through his mind where he decided to stop. And he was the one that was looking back. I thought he was looking at which is why you're supposed to rely on your third base coach in that situation, the payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4, sinker misses. Tried to get him to chase, and that'll be a 1-out walk here in the third. First walk of the day issued by Bryce. He's given up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout in 2 1/3. Elder flips it over to first to get Abrams get back to it. Easily back before the tag. Almost lost his balance there. Olsen touched his shoe, make sure he stayed on the bag. He's gone. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped foul. It's 0-1. That was a big lead. Rosario probably should have let him steal that bag. I don't think Smurf is getting him on that. We'll reset this real quick. Looks like it's jammed up on us. Righty-righty matchup. Infield back into the left. The 0-1 swing chops it towards Elder. He's going to have to go to first. No chance of getting Abrams at second. It's going to be a 1-3 put out, but there are 2 down. So with 2 outs, that'll bring James Wood to the plate. You got to be careful here. Leading the team and everybody on the field in home runs with 11 so far. First pitch, sinker down and in. It's 1-0. Righty lefty. 1-0. Went around, did he? Yeah, he did. It's 1-1. Sharp sinker in there at the knees. One count. Swing. That ball's lifted into the center field. Making the running catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael. We'll be back in a flash.
Yeah. With sliced apple.
How do you like your eggs?
Hatched.
What? Huh? Do you want them scrambled?
Scrambled, yeah.
Did
he say hatched? No.
And the sky is the limit for baseball salaries. The highest paid player of the week is now Roger Clemens of Boston. 5 years, $7.5 million.
Dwight Gooden has something to celebrate as well after receiving plenty of money from the New York Mets. In fact, the right-hander became the highest-paid player in the big leagues after he signed a 3-year, $6.7 million contract.
Brian Sandberg is calling Chicago the city with big pockets. The Cubs' great second baseman has signed the biggest contract ever in baseball. He could make about $7 million a year.
What in the knuckles is this?
She's my girlfriend, you intolerant.
Whoa! Pump the hate brakes, Fox and Friends. I'm just surprised anyone would date you.
Kids today, they go, how much is your baseball card worth? And I'm going, a plug nickel, son, a plug nickel. I'm saying be your own person. Do not collect baseball cards. It will be the ruination of you. Maybe you'll learn economics a little bit, or you'll learn what value is, but you're being an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur takes something of no value and makes money on it. And I do not believe in that in the kids. I teach them right off the bat. Learn the game. Do not look at Youppi. Do not look at the chicken. Do not look at that. Look at the ground ball. Field it cleanly with both hands. Be as smooth as silk. You know, make the nice throw to second. Have the nice breaking curveball. Subtract on the changeup. See the ball and hit it. Don't associate with the other things of the game. It will eventually bring you down, eat you up, and spit you out.
Michael Harris II will lead us off here. Bottom of the third we go. First pitch, slider. Check swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Michael's first at bat. Braves are 0 for 6 tonight. The 0-1. Parker comes set. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep into right field. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. A solo shot. And Money Mike has tied it up 1-1. Did that ball not leave the... Are they saying that didn't leave? It had to have left. Yeah, it hit the top of the wall. What are they talking about? I'm playing the music. I don't care what they say. That's a home run. If nothing else, he's standing at third, but that ball hit the top of the...
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then.
That's got to be a home run.
For play? I don't do this for fun.
It is.
Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else. Never know.
Thought I'd seen something strange, but yeah, it left. I saw it hit the top of the wall, and that's a home run in the park. Maybe they weren't sure about the grounds rule because it is different all throughout baseball. Honest Engine, they need they need to paint the top of that wall to make it more, maybe a yellow or something, to make it very obvious that it hits that top of the wall. I think they thought maybe it hit the top of the wall, but didn't leave, but it hit at the very top of the wall and bounced. Because it was such a high trajectory, it bounced. They're reviewing it, but there's no way he didn't hit a home run. It hit the top of the wall. That's a home run. So I don't know if they think it hit the very top. It's an umpire review, by the way. It's not a Nationals review. It's amazing that it hit the wall like that and bounced the way it did. So I can see why there's a little bit of confusion. But that should be Michael Harris's 4th home run of the year. Hit the very top of the wall, and it's almost like it got dropped down from a plane above, because it went straight down and bopped the top of the wall and then bounced up. Harris was at third. If he's running it out, he probably scores anyways. And we're not doing the review, but I'm not going to beat up Michael for that. I mean, that thing left. That would be cruel and unusual punishment not to give him a home run. But we've seen worse from New York. This is where you'd like to see Snicker out there arguing, basically just raising Cain, saying, you better call that a home run, my guy. Hits the very top of the wall. They're showing it over and over again on both feeds. And then bounces back into play. Bouncing back into play has nothing to do with it. Harris is in the dugout, by the way. So if they do overturn it, he's going to have to go back out there to third. This is taking way too long. Are you serious with this? The call on the field, by the way, is a home run, so they'd have to overturn that as well. This is taking entirely too long. What it should be is Braves 1-1 and Stuart Fairchild coming to the plate. If y'all are just joining us, there was a baseball hit on the top of the wall at right field. And that is a home run, but they are reviewing it. Miller is fingering towards the Braves dugout, and Snicker's going to go out there and talk to him. And And I don't know what he's telling him. Not sure what he's trying to tell him, but first of all, if the call on the field is a home run, he has every right to be in that dugout. If they overturn it, he's got to go to third. But they haven't given any kind of indication. Michael is at the steps. And here's the call, and they're going to put him at third. That is a ridiculously bad call. That is a ridiculously bad call. But that's what it is. We have seen balls hit the top of that wall before, and they've always been called a home run. And I don't know where they're getting the idea that it's not. But that's what it is. So Stuart Fairchild has a chance to get an RBI. You just hate it for Michael because you'd like to see him get his 4th home run of the year. First pitch on the way to Fairchild is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Allen stands on deck. There's nobody out, runner at third. So hopefully the Braves can get the run in anyways. The infield is in. What you may gain out of this with the infield in, if Stuart Fairchild hits one hard on the ground, he might get himself a base hit that normally may not be. The 0-1 to Stu. Swing, lifts it into center field. That's going to be shallow. Caught. No, in and out of the glove. So Harris will come home to score, and Fairchild will get an RBI. He got to second with his speed. That's a double, and your Atlanta Braves have tied it up 1-1. Runner at second, nobody out. We'll go ahead and play a little Michael music here one more time for him. That was absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Good diving attempt by the center fielder.
Bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
Dylan Cruz laid out for it. He got his glove on it, but it hit the heel of his glove, and then I don't know if he's going to hold on to that when he hits the ground anyways, but it popped out and rolled in front of him, and Fairchild with his speed got to second. Nick Allen is your batter. First pitch on the way, 93 up top. Misses high, but called for a really high strike. It's the 0-1. Lefty-righty. 96 on the outer edge. That one was closer than the first pitch. Called for a ball. 1-1. That might have just been a makeup call there. Infield is back into the left. Huge hole on the right side. The 1-1 drops a bunt. Bangs it foul off the plate. 1-2. Good idea by Allen to get Fairchild over to third with less than 2 outs. So a 1-2 now by Allen. See if he may choke up a little bit. He's been doing that with 2 strikes. You don't see a lot of major leaguers do that anymore, but Allen has been doing it. Yeah, he's choking up a little bit. The 1-2. Swing! Rifles it down the right field line. That ball is just foul. And I mean just foul. That was almost extra bases there and a run for the Braves. Fairchild will retreat back to second. Shortstop Abrams is now playing a little further back than he was. The 1-2. Parker brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Splitter over the top. 1 away. Might have gotten a little piece of it as well, but regardless, it's a strikeout. One to one your score, 1 on, 1 out. Ace is wild here in the bottom of the third. Don't get to say that very often. Eli White will be your batter. Book of Eli, second time up. First pitch, curveball at the knees. 0-1. The rule here in Truist, they keep showing the replay, but the rule here in Truist has always been if it gets over that edging of the wall, it's a home run. And that's what it did, the 0-1. Inside 1-1. Like I said, they really need to do a little paint job up there and define that wall a little better. 1-1 count. Lefty, righty. Huge hole on the right-hand side. The pitch. Swing. Rifles it down the right field line. Just foul. Good idea by Eli if that ball stays fair. That's the third ball we've had in the last inning for the Braves that has come dangerously close to that foul line and just haven't been able to keep it straight. If it falls in, even one of these, it's going to be extra bases. Pretty fast lineup tonight for the Braves. The 1-2, misses high, 2-2, slider. And Stuart Fairchild takes off. They're going to throw it down to third, high and wide, and your Atlanta Braves are going to take a 2-1 lead. That ball is Fairchild. Run, child, run. Pitch was high and outside. Stewart, it was almost like a delay steal. I want to take another look at that because he kind of caught Adams napping, and then Adams throws one down the right field line. That's exactly what it was. It was the delayed steal. The 2-2 swing. That ball's lifted into left, making the running catch. Good play by Wood, 2 away. You know, he's got a reputation of not having a very good glove, but honest engine, James Wood has shown pretty good defense this series. I don't think he could play right by any means, but left fielders are needed as well. Those outs count just the same. Austin Riley will stand to the deck. Braves lead it 2-1. With 2 outs. He flew out his first time up. Lefty, righty, first pitch. Curveball down and in, it's 1-0. Braves have scored 2 in this inning, getting their first hits of the game. 2 hits to be exact. Nats with 1 hit. Excuse me, with 2 hits and 1 run. The 1-0 to Riley. It's a good snapping curveball at the knees. Evens up the count at 1. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow, so if you've got to be at work, remember that earbud, jam it in your ear and pretend like you're doing stuff. We'll come on the air. 12:15 first pitch. The 1-1 just grabs the outer edge. It's 1-2. Post-game show tonight. Planning on one for Friday night as well. The 1-2 to Riley. Swing, that ball's ripped into left field. That's down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Riley. Rakes it into left, and the inning keeps going with Marcell Ozuna, who missed a home run by about a foot or 2 his last time up. First pitch to Ozuna is up top. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Parker brings it. 94th and E's, 0-2. Oh-2 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Brings it just below the knee splitter, 1-2. The 1-2. Parker, by the way, this will be his 48th pitch. Riley at first, here's the throw. Swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again at 1-2. One-two count. Parker brings it. Swing, that ball sliced down the right field line, but foul. Ozuna just missing time in a couple of these up. He's got that hard 95, and then he drops that curve about 15 slower. He's playing that cat and mouse game with Ozuna. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, chops it towards second. Should be an easy 4-3 put out. It is. That'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. Of course, Stuart Fairchild was the main player. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I'm finna tell y'all why y'all should never delete. Let me tell you why. One day I posted it and it had like 10 views in an hour. So I was kind of mad about that, but I went to sleep and I woke back up and guess how many views I had? 11. That could be you, okay?
Would you like to take us fishing and tell us life lessons and stories about your childhood?
I got a better idea. Why don't you boys go dig a hole and I'll get another beer?
Someone didn't love you enough when you were little, did they?
Good call.
Tragic.
Little investment advice. Bip Roberts, 1986 rookie card, worth about $275. 20 years from now, who knows? 1,000, 2,000, might even go.
Bip, man, you were looking at Robin Roberts. Says here your car's worth 4 cents.
Yo, T. 4 cents if it's in excellent condition, but 10 cents if it's totally mint.
Dad, Mom says I have to remind you to behave yourself through the holidays.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Mom says you know how people are and you should just keep quiet and just be nice.
How come people don't remember how I am? How come they can't learn to shut the up and be nice in my house? Let's try that.
We have these unreasonable expectations of all baseball heroes. We want them to be good at life as well as good at baseball. If you think about it, it's unfair. It's hard enough to expect them to play baseball well. I'm convinced there is the same division in baseball that there is in life itself, of true heroes, of people of strong principle, of ordinary everyday people, of rogues, of weaklings. Pete Rose turned out to be extremely fallible.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Bryce Elder goes to work. First pitch. Good slider on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Elder, not one of his better performances of late, but he's given up just the 1 run, 1 strikeout so far. The 0-1 misses well out of the zone, 1-1. One from Elder. Swing. That ball's chopped over to second. Ozzy's on it. Had a long way to go. He'll flip it to Olsen. A little bit of a wide throw, but Olsen's able to make the stretch and the catch, and there's 1 away. 4-3 on your scorecard. I don't have a dog in the hunt, but I really hope that the Reds get the win on Pete Rose night. Nothing against the White Sox if you're a diehard White Sox fan, but I think it'd be cool to see the Reds get a win on Pete Rose night. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch on the way to Will Call is a strike on the outer edge, sinker, 0-1. The 0-1, Elder brings it, swing. That ball's rifled down the right field line, just foul. 0-2. Alex Call lined out his first time up. Batting .308 on the year, 14 RBI. Our infield playing back and to the left. So Olsen's got a long way to go to get to first if a ground ball is hit. He's over there by his lonesome, essentially. The 0-2. 93 just misses. 1-2. The 1-2. 94 misses high and out of the zone, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Washington. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Braves. That error is the throwing error from home plate to third that brought Stuart Fairchild home on the delayed steal, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Do it again. Two count. Elder. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. Sinker. 2 away. Good to see him get a strikeout. Like to just see him get a few. I think his over-under tonight was like 4.5. I would never touch an Elder strikeout number, but I did notice it. And I still think that's a tad high. I think if he gets to 4, it's a good night for Elder. First pitch, slider, down and away, it's 1-0. And though Washington's not looked as a juggernaut, they've got a pretty good offense. The 1-0. Swing lifted into right field, going over to the right field side. It's going to go off the wall over Fairchild's head. He'll throw to second. He's got him. He's got him. Or does he? He lost the ball. Allen couldn't hold on to the ball. He thinks he had him out anyways. We're going to have to see this. First of all, I feel like he went out of the baseline, sliding well out of the baseline. The throw beat him by a mile. He tagged him like 6 times, and then when he got up, the ball popped out of his glove. Trying to see what... So he's diving at him, diving at him, diving at him. That's a bad angle that they're showing us right now. It's behind the play. Here's one on the side of the play. I'd like to see the angle in front of the play. Looks like he got him right there, and then it popped out again when he went to tag him again. But if he's already got him, then he's got him. Here, this might be the best look if the umpire isn't in the way. So it looks like he's got him there on the head before he ever touches the base. Then he comes off the base, and Allen hits him a couple of times. I mean, he's out like 3 times. Then the ball pops out of his glove, and then Bell dives for second, and I get that he's safe at that point. We haven't had any luck so far here with the replay, so I'm not expecting anything. And the problem is the call on the field was safe. So it's going to have to be... I just can't believe that Allen didn't get him when he got him off the bag. He was reaching at him too much. He should have just calmed himself, got himself between him and second base. Bell had nowhere to go. He was like 3 feet off the bag with nowhere to go for those of y'all listening on radio. And Allen just kept swiping at him, and that's when the ball popped out. It was like a panic move. Good throw by Fairchild. Good play off the wall by Fairchild. White Sox lead the Reds 1-0 in the 4th. Here comes Miller, and they're going to call him out. Okay. That's what I thought. I didn't think there's any way. He got him the first time when he swiped by before he ever touched the bag the first time. We'll be back in a flash. The Atlanta Braves take a 1-run lead into the bottom of the 4th.
One thing about me is that I will buy that coffee. I will. Do I need it? First off, watch your tone. Second off, not at all. But I don't regret it. I don't regret it, babe. I don't. Pockets empty, hearts full. Cheers to that, bucko.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Is It Allergies? Is it COVID? Is it my period? Or is this just how my body feels in my 30s?
One thing about me is that I will be having a Diet Coke. I will be having a Diet Coke. I will be enjoying this beverage. And I make my own money, so I spend it how I like, and I spend it on Diet Coke sometimes, because that's what I want to do. And nothing grinds my gears more than whenever I'm sipping on my Diet Coke, and somebody's like, you know, that's just as bad for you as the regular thing. Oh my God. Oh my God, I did not know that I asked. I was not aware that I asked.
And to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, the roar for the Yankee Clipper, Joe DiMaggio. as Joe. Yankees of today still in awe of the Clippers as a player and as a man.
Pete Rose had played in 3,562 games, come to bat 14,035 times, and made 4,256 hits, more than any other man in all three categories. He had been a hero to two generations of baseball fans, Cincinnati's favorite citizen, so popular that a member of the city council once tried to get him declared a civic landmark to prevent his ever playing anywhere else. He seemed to be a throwback to some mythical earlier age of hit-and-run, hard-scrabble baseball, when players played for the pure joy of it.
Welcome back. Olsen stands in. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty, swing, fouls it away, it's 0-1. Oh, that's funny. They just showed Josh Bell in the dugout, and one of the managers jokingly had a pair of scissors to cut his hair. But that is legal. I mean, if you get tagged on the hair, you're out. The 0-1 swing. That ball's ripped up the middle into center field. That ball was scalded. And the ice house is on. Let's get it.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
He hit that ball on the screws over the second base bag into center field. We got one on, nobody out. It's time for the hit to parade to take off. Let's go, Braves country. Sean Murphy, the batter. Lefty-righty, first pitch chops it towards second. It's going to be a tough play. They're going to go 6-4 and just get Olsen. On the force out, one away. Olsen might have got a piece of C.J. Abrams going by. They tagged each other, showing all is good. Hard slide by Olsen into the bag, and Abrams was leaning on the bag. His foot. That wasn't too bad. He appears to be okay. Ozzie Albies, your batter. First pitch on the way. 85 splitter off the edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. C.J. Abrams is by far my favorite Washington National. He might be my favorite of all time, but I haven't liked many of them. The 0-1 swing, chops it foul. It's 0-2. I like James Woods' swing. There's something about just watching C.J. Abrams. It's probably because all these years we haven't had a good offensive shortstop, and I think about what it would be like to have C.J. playing for Atlanta. His defense would make me cringe, but maybe you just platoon that, though. 0-2. Swing and a missed strike 3. Ozzie chasing another one off the edge, 2 away. He's still hitting up too high for my likings. There's no reason why he should be hitting above Michael. In tonight's lineup, I could live with 7th. Stuart Fairchild hasn't shown much where he should be hitting above Ozzie Albies. But Harris should be hitting in front of him. First pitch on the way to Michael is fisted into center field. Is that going to be caught? Backpedaling, making the catch is C.J. Abrams. Pretty good defensive play, and that'll end the inning. Braves get one on, but can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If you decide to go through your man's phone, don't go checking his text messages. Go to his bank app and send your ass some money. Stop being stupid.
I am starving. I haven't had lunch since yesterday.
Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can.
Dad, I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't even know what I'm saying thank you for yet.
So?
So, you can't say you're welcome when you don't know what I'm thankful for.
There's a million reasons in your life you should be thankful. I'm probably responsible for half of them. And you never say you're thankful for anything unless your mother forces you to, so if you're going to give me this one, I'll take it blind.
I was going to say thank you for bringing home dinner for me last night.
I didn't.
What?
I brought your mother home dinner. She gave you some of hers.
Why didn't you buy me dinner too?
Because you said you had an FFA event from 4:30 to 7:30, and you were going to eat there. I'm not going to buy you dinner and leave it on the counter till 8 o'clock at night, princess, just in case you're hungry. If you're hungry when you get home, nuke something.
What?
Microwave it. Then you can be thankful you have a microwave. And electricity. And a house.
I feel gross, like I'm getting older, I'm gaining weight, like my neck's getting all disgusting. Like, this is where I could really use a compliment.
Your eyesight's good.
But Pete Rose had a secret addiction, gambling. Some years he lost as much as $500,000, and some witnesses testified that he bet on baseball games in which his own team played. Rose denied it. "I'd be willing to bet you," he said, "if I was a betting man, that I have not bet on baseball."
You know, I said yesterday on another network, I'm happy to look in the camera now and say I never bet on baseball, and I never bet on Cincinnati Red baseball.
His fans refused to believe the charges.
Welcome back. First pitch from Elder is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-righty matchup. Cruz takes it outside and high. 1-1. Dylan Cruz 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out. The 1-1. That ball's going to get smoked into left field. Down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Nationals here to start the fifth. Sinker on the outer edge of the plate, and he just drilled it over the head of Nick Allen into left field for a 3-hopper into the glove of Eli White. Braves 2, Nationals 1, top of the fifth. Left-handed bat of Tanya comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. First pitch. Sinker misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. That sinker tonight, a few times it's had too much movement on it. I know that sounds strange, but if it's going to have that much movement, you almost have to set it at the center of the plate. The 1-0. Another changeup this time. Misses, same type of movement, 2-0. Well, that's a dangerous thing to try because you do that and it doesn't have that movement. You're going to be setting someone up for pay dirt. 2-0 count. Chops it foul off the plate, 2-1. Braves infield double play depth. Back into the right. Riley manning the hot corner. Cheating towards short. Elder flips it over to first. Runner just back in time. That was a pretty close tag right there. Reds trail 2-0 at home against the White Sox on Pete Rose Day. Runner goes, 2-1. Throw way outside. Bad throw. He might have got him. He did. That throw was well off the mark. Allen did a good job of grabbing it and slapping the runner on the arm as he came by. Dylan Cruz is hoping for a bailout, and they're not going to challenge it. Looked like it beat him. It's close, but it looked like it beat him. So you get another look here. Yeah, he got him just on the wrist right before he touched the bag. 3-1 is a sinker right there. Outer edge, 3-2. Good tag by Allen. That throw was to his right. He had to lean back and then slap the runner arm and find it quickly. The 3-2 swing, rips it up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie. Ozzie throws it off balance. A 1-hopper to Olsen, and it's a 4-3 put out. Nifty play by the Wiz, 2 down. Almost thought he might flip it to Allen, because he would have had a much easier throw on that, but Ozzie stuck with it and threw it to first. First pitch on the way to Adams, the number 9 hitter, is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Righty. Adams struck out swinging his first time up. Sinker in the dirt, 1-1. Bryce Elder with just 2 strikeouts on the day, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 hits. Braves lead it 2-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. It's 1-2. One-two count, infield back into the left. Here's the pitch. Swing, dribbles it to short. Allen's got plenty of time. He'll get him 6-3. That'll end the inning. Braves get out of the jam with the throw out by Austin Riley and a great tag by Nick Allen. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom 5. Braves lead by 1.
Hey, to all the people out there leaving posters for their lost cats, cats don't get lost. Your cat left you.
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson, Frank Robinson, one of the most underrated players of all time. When he retired in 1976, he ranked 4th on the all-time home run list behind only Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and Willie Mays. He won the American League Triple Crown in 1966. Since, only 2 other players have accomplished this feat. Despite pitching dominating the 60s, he led the league in OPS Plus 4 times during that time frame. In 1966, his OPS Plus would reach 198, telling you he was twice as productive as the average player during that time. Some players said he was as likely to barrel into second base to break up a double play as he was to hit a home run. On the biggest stage, he thrived, hitting 10 home runs and slugging .532 in just 35 games. He was also named the 1966 World Series MVP. Over his 21-year career, he won Rookie of the Year, 2 MVP awards, 1 Triple Crown, and a Gold Glove to go along with his World Series and All-Star Game MVP awards and his Manager of the Year award in 1989. Simply put, he could do it all.
My period, I have a headache. You don't have your period. You know if I got my period or not. Oh wow, you definitely have it. That's the attitude that Dad talks about.
Fooled me completely. I saw everything that was good in him. He was wonderful with common people. He knew the first names of the people who rolled out the tarp. He knew little things about little people that an arrogant man shouldn't know and couldn't know in a way. On the other hand, he had at least 3 major flaws. He was an addictive gambler, he was an addictive womanizer, and he was absolutely a compulsive perfectionist about work. And all those things got him in trouble. In that sense, he is a tragic character in that he's a man who has a lot of good parts to him, but 1 or 2 or 3 bad areas of his life just ruined him.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Stuart Fairchild will lead us off. He's 1 for 1 with the run scored and a stolen base. First pitch on the way to Stewart. Swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Fairchild batting .083. May not sound like much, but that base hit had his batting average jump 44 points. The 0-1. Inside, that ball get him? Man, that was close. 1-1. 1-1 count. Parker sitting at 59 pitches. Pitch on the way. Curveball. Misses up top, 2-1. On deck is Fairchild. Then the order will flip over for the 3rd time. With Eli. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Pops it up down the right field line. First base side. Fouled. Off the tarps. 2-2. Thought someone might be able to get to that one, but that was a little bit out of reach for everybody. Braves have a chance to go 1 game over 500 for the first time all year with the win tonight. The 2-2 pitch. Misses high, 3-2. Full count. And I don't know what Riley and Strider are arguing about in the dugout. I'd be willing to bet it's not baseball related. They are in deep. It's like you almost think there might be a Star Wars versus Star Trek argument going on there. The 3-2, down and in, ball 4. And he'll head on down to first. Good job by Stewart. Work his way aboard. Fairchild, he gets on, man. He is a problem. Braves are going to have a tough decision to make when Acuna comes back, and don't rule out the fact that it's going to be Orlando Arcia being kicked to the curb. First pitch, down and in. Curveball misses. It's 1-0. I honestly would rather have Fairchild and his pinch running and his defense than to keep Orlando Arcia, who has really lost his range and his bat just has been gone. 1-0, down and in, 2-0. And remember, Eli worked all over the infield this spring. And that would allow you to keep him as basically that extra infielder. It's not conventional, but it can get the job done. If you have the opportunity to keep that speed up, I'm sorry, I'm taking Fairchild every bit of the way. And if someone were to get hurt, you can throw a dart down in the minor leagues and find somebody who's going to give you the same kind of offensive production as Orlando Arcia. The 2-0 count, brings it, swing, lifts it, high, hopefully foul, because at best Nick Allen has warning track power. It is foul. It's 2-1. Bottom of the 5th. Your Atlanta Braves lead this one 2-1. We got a 2-1 count. Stuart Fairchild with very good speed stands at first. The infield back into the left. See if he may go on this one. The 2-1. 92, just misses outside. He stays. It's 3-1. 3-1 count. That's facts, Neil. I've seen him with my own eyes all year long. He's gotten into a couple and it's died off the warning track. The 3-1. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Honestly, Nick Allen reminds me of Willie Mays Hayes in the idea that if he hits one in the air, I want him doing push-ups. And Dave Martinez is coming out there to grab Mitchell Parker. No, I'm sorry, that is not Dave Martinez. I thought it was Dave. That's the pitching coach, Jim Hickey. Mitchell Parker, that's not what he wants to do. Walk the 8 and 9 hitter of the Atlanta Braves, and some teams have 8 and 9 hitters that are, pack a punch. These guys are, their main goal is just to get on base and wreak havoc with their speed. Eli White, speaking of speed, stands at the plate now. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second to get you caught up in the dealings of the day. First pitch on the way, drops a bunt, hard bunt down the third base line, just foul. It's 0-1. Runners were often moving very quickly, so even with what would have been a really quick bad bunt, I still think they moved the runners on that one if it stays fair. The Phillies at the beginning of the day end the St. Louis Cardinals' 9-game winning streak with a 2-1 win in the first game of their doubleheader. More on that in a second. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball. It's 0-2. The second part of the doubleheader is going much better. Cardinals lead at 9-7 in the 7th. I can't believe that Cardinal team that we saw, that I felt like we should have swept, won 9 in a row. The 0-2. Lefty, righty. Swing, lifts it. High down the right field line, giving chase. Running. Almost making a sliding catch. And that would have been an outstanding catch by Alex Call. What a great effort by that young man. He gave it his all out. Almost came up with it. Slammed into the box right there just before the tarps. Other games that are in the books today. Brewers beat the Guardians 9-5. Diamondbacks held on to beat the Giants 8-7. They were up 8-1 in that game and almost blew it in the ninth. The 0-2. Swing. Swats it back foul. We'll do it again. Yankees beat the Mariners 3-2. Twins and Orioles. Twins take a doubleheader in Baltimore. The Baltimore Orioles are reeling. Red Sox and Tigers are knotted at 5 in the 7th. The 0-2 to Eli. Swing. Up into the deck. Fouls it off the second facade. We'll do it again. 0-2. Rays 1, Jays nothing. They're in the 6th. Pirates 2-0 over the Mets in the 4th. Sox are over the Reds at 2-0. They're heading to the 6th. Marlins lead the Cubs 3-1 in the 5th. The 0-2. Parker, 74th pitch. Just misses outside and high. 1-2. There's a right-hander warming up in the bullpen of the Nationals. The 1-2 count. Down and in. 2-2. Good take by Eli. Rangers 4, Rockies 1. They're in the 2nd inning. Royals lead the Astros 1-0 in the 2nd. Later on tonight, you got the Angels and Padres, and the A's are at the Dodgers. The 2-2. Swing, just got a piece of it. Splitter. Mitchell Parker's at 76 pitches. Infield back into the left. 1st and 2nd. Here's the pitch. Swing. Fouls it down the right field line. Man, oh man alive. Is this an at bat or what? That was the 9th pitch. That one was a 4-seam fastball. 7 of these pitches have been in the zone. Technically 8. There was a bad call on a ball a few pitches ago. The 2-2. That one's rifled foul and out of play. That one will go down the line. And we'll do it again. The 2-2 count. Brings it. Caught, looking, strike 3. Got him with a curveball. Up top, outer edge. 1 away. What a battle, and then to die on that one. I think it just buckled him. He'd been throwing splitter and 4-seam and slider pretty predominantly in that at bat. That was his 2nd curve, and the first one missed well and inside. That one just grabbed the outer part of the zone. Austin Riley will come to the plate. First pitch. Swing. Rifled back up the middle. Off the foot of Mitchell Parker, and they are going to get bailed out. The ball's going to ricochet into the glove of Adams, the catcher. He'll get Riley at first. They're going to come out here and look at Mitchell Parker, but he says he's fine. He was waving everybody off, but I said his foot. I think it actually hit his back leg. His drive leg actually looked like it hit him in the knee. In the outer part of the knee, but he says he feels fine. He's shaking everybody off. That could just be adrenaline. That just could be not wanting to come out, the competitive spirit. And they're going to pull him out. They're going to bring him out. So that'll do it for him. I think Dave Martinez is looking for an excuse to pull him out anyways. We'll be back in a flash. The right-hander comes out of the pen. Ozuna coming to the plate. On this date in 1884, umpire Van Court infuriates the visiting Detroit Wolverines when he calls their batter out on a third strike foul tip in a National League contest at the South End's grounds. Mike Hines, the Bean Eaters' backstop, clearly did not catch the strike three because the ball became wedged in his catcher's mask. On this date in 1910, issuing just one walk, which spoils his bid for a perfect game, Philadelphia Athletics right-hander Chief Bender throws a 4-0 no-hitter at Shibe Park against the Cleveland Naps. The home plate umpire, Bill Dineen, who tossed a no-hit game against the White Sox playing with the Pilgrims in 1905, making him the only person in big league history to both throw a no-hitter and call one as an umpire. And on this date in 1915, talking about time flies when you're having fun, Chicago White Sox hurler Red Faber hurls only 67 pitches in his complete game victory over the Washington Senators. The future Hall of Fame right-hander keeps his pitch count down by needing to just throw 3 pitches to retire the side in order in both the 3rd and the 5th inning. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. Big Jackson Rutledge comes on. We saw him earlier in the series. Big right-hander, 6'6". To face Ozuna, first pitch, 96 high and inside. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The base hit here really opened things up for the Braves. It's 2-1 Atlanta. We got runners with speed on second and third with 2 outs. The 1-0. 94. Misses high, called for a strike. Ozuna looks at him a bit cross-eyed. It's 1-1. One count. Brings it. Slider misses. Ball 2-1. The 2-1. Way outside. Slider. Good take. 3-1. Trying to get him to chase off the plate, but Ozuna's doing a good job so far of staying put. On deck is Matt Olson. You know Rutledge doesn't want to load the bases with the left-hander on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider. That one was on the plate, just couldn't time it up. It's 3-2. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. That's a fair ball. 1 run will score. That's a fair ball. 2 runs will score. And your Atlanta Braves have taken a 3-run lead. Let's get it. Bases clearing double by the Big Bear, the Big Zoo. Hard chopper down the third base line. That ball was smoked. It hit the base. It hit the base as it went over. First pitch on the way to Olson is off the plate high. It's 1-0. RBI double for Ozuna. His 6th of the year. The 1-0. Brings it. 90 up top, Cutter, 1-1. When it hit the base, it just flattened out, and any chance that the third baseman, Rosario, had to backhand that went out the door because it flattened out and went off to its lonesome under his glove. What was it old Bobby Bowden used to say? It's sometimes be better to be lucky than good. We're fortunate that hit the base. If it doesn't hit the base, he's probably going to get that ball as the 1-1 is right there, 2-1. And with Ozuna's lack of speed, it's probably going to end the inning. But instead, the Braves have taken a 4-1 lead. 2 outs. Ozuna at second, the 2-1 swing, pops it up. Got well underneath that one. That one's going to bring rain. Can of corn over there by first. The catch is made by Lowe, and that'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves, and the Big Bear put 2 more on the board. It's 4-1 Atlanta. We'll be back in a flash.
I'm surrounded by a lot of women in this department, and that includes the men.
I'm sorry, did you know that they put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum? Hang on. They put the Motorola Razr on display in a museum. How for? What come? 'Cause I had a Motorola Razr. Matter of fact, I was fickety flexing with my Motorola Razr, top of the line technology when it was in my possession. And now you got it on display in a museum like it's an ancient Egyptian artifact? Calm down, salientologist. And millennials, you know what this means for us, don't you? I'm not going to say it out loud. I would never disrespect us in such a manner, but you know what this means, don't you?
In August of 1989, after a long investigation, the Commissioner of Baseball, Bart Giamatti, held a press conference.
The banishment for life of Pete Rose from baseball is the sad end of a sorry episode. One of the game's greatest players has engaged in a variety of acts which have stained the game, and he must now live with the consequences of those acts. It will come as no surprise that, like any institution composed of human beings, this institution will not always fulfill its highest aspirations. I know of no earthly institution that does. But this one, because it is so much a part of our history as a people, and because it has such a purchase on our national soul, has an obligation to the people for whom it's played, fans and the well-wishers in the millions, to strive for excellence in all things and to promote the highest ideals.
Less than 2 weeks after barring Rose from baseball, Giamatti died of a heart attack.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch of the 6th inning is a single by C.J. Abrams once again. Leading off the 6th, Braves lead it 4-1. Leadoff single for Abrams in the top of the 6th and the top of the order for the Nationals. Smurf going out there to visit with Elder. 73 pitches in. I can't imagine that they would be pulling him right now. Maybe he's just wanting to go over strategy. As Rosario will be the batter, and then Wood is on deck. They do have the left-hander Aaron Bummer warming up. But once again, 73 pitches in, you would think he'd have a little bit of a leash here, especially with the 3-run lead. First pitch on the way, inside. Slider misses, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Good pitch, sinker up top, 1-1. One count. Swing. That ball's ripped over to Allen. Allen to Ozzie. Ozzie to Olsen. And it's a 6, 4, 3. Rally killing double play. Good defensive play by Allen and a very good job by Ozzie to continue the relay. Allen had to throw that off his back foot, fired a perfect beam to Ozzie, and Ozzie, with a very good throw to first, made that look easy. That was not an easy double play. So 2 down, and that's the best time to face James Wood with 11 home runs on the year. He takes the first pitch off the plate. It's 1-0. 1-0. Slider bends in. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Swing, chops it back foul, 2-1. The 2-1 from Elder. Turns and fires. High and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-1. Drops a slider in there, 3-2. Elder with just 2 strikeouts today. This would be a perfect time to get that number 3. Infield is backing to the right, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wow! Spoke it into existence. I didn't even really believe it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
All right, team. We're going to be reviewing the new client slide deck this afternoon. And get a haircut.
At least someone noticed. Yeah, thanks.
Ryan, is that why I haven't been able to get a hold of you for like the last 3 hours?
Ryan, did you get a haircut since our meeting this morning?
Well, yeah, it was a little slow, and I got one after our morning meeting, so...
Okay, you can't just get a haircut on company time.
Okay, well, my hair grows on company time, so I don't know what, like...
Are you joking, Brian?
Are you guys joking?
Y'all, I just completed a chore that I've been putting off for 6 months and only took me 15 minutes to do it.
Libertarianism is all about individual liberty, and it should never be defined by the terms liberal or conservative.
And communism is no good.
That's right. Big swing and a miss.
Yeah. And what's the word for when a few clerics are in charge? Religious oligarchy.
Holy a man after my own heart.
The matter of Mr. Rose is now closed. Let no one think that it did not hurt baseball. That hurt will pass, however, as the great glory of the game asserts itself and the resilient institution goes forward.
If we think about the 80s, we will always remember 1989, which was a terrible year because it was the Pete Rose business hung over the sport all through the summer and came to a sad conclusion. Immediately afterwards, Bart Giamatti died, who would in a very short space of time had really become a significant figure in baseball and was admired and loved by everybody in the game to an extraordinary degree. And then we all went out to the World Series in San Francisco when the earthquake hit, which seemed to sum up the whole thing. It was the worst baseball year that I can remember.
See if the Atlanta Braves can tack on some more runs. We talked about this, what was this, 3-4 days ago, talking about the Braves needing a laugher. We need a laugher tonight. Let's pull away from these guys and not have to use the back of our bullpen at all. Sean Murphy leads us off first pitch, 97 from Rutledge. Down and away for a ball, it's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, blasts it towards center field, but it's going to die into the glove of the center fielder Cruz out there. One away, just got underneath it. Got around on it well, but just got underneath it. That almost looked like that was heading towards the gap. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is down and in. Cutter misses 1-0. He had to kind of dance out of the way there. That cutter almost got him on the back leg. The 1-0. Brings it. 96 inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing. That ball's sliced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Ozzie Albies may start to show signs of coming out of it. He gets on with the one-out single.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
First pitch on the way to Michael Harris is a swing and a miss cutter underneath the hands. It's 0-1. The 0-1. There went my theory. I thought the Reds would win for sure on Pete Rose tonight. They're down 4-0 in the 7th. The 0-1 chops it foul. It's 0-2. Really wanted to see those fans get to see a win. I mean, they came out in droves tonight. They had a big ceremony. And, of course, they were all emotional finding out that Pete Rose is now eligible for the Hall of Fame. It's a shame that their team's laying a dud like that. Lodolo was on the mound, too. The 0-2, way outside wide, 1-2. 1-2 count. Kicks and fires, 88, high and out of the zone, 2-2. Braves 4, Nats 1, bottom of the 6th. The 2-2, Rutledge turns around and flips it over to first to keep Ozzie close by. Ozzie was well back before the throw. Two to Harris, 1 down, 1 on. On deck, Fairchild, the 2-2. Swing! That ball's blasted deep down the right field line, out of play. They may pinch hit Alex Verdugo, but they may want to keep Fairchild in for defense. With a 3-run lead, it'll be interesting to see which route they go. I'm trying to peer in to see who they have on deck, but I can't see it. The 2-2. Rifles it back foul. We'll do it again. Two count. Time is called as home plate umpire Chad Fairchild steps back behind home plate. Harris 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. Should have been a home run, but he came home to score anyways. You just hate it for his stats. The 2-2, swing, fists it back, foul. We'll do it again. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over to short. Abrams has it, fires it to first. Harris is going to beat it out. Ozzie's out at second on the fielder's choice. Abrams, his only real shot was to do what he did, which is just scoop it up and hit the bag. There was no way that an exchange with the second baseman going away from the ball was going to get Harris. So good hustle by Harris, but it will be an out. Harris leaning off of first at the first pitch, misses for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to Fairchild, so we got our answer. They're leaving him in. I like the call. I mean, you got the lead. You might as well have the best defensive player out there. And he's had a good night. I mean, he's 1 for 1 with the double and 2 runs scored. Might as well give him a chance to swing the bat again. The 2-0. Misses up top, but called for a strike, 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Cutter off the plate, 2-2. Two outs, a 2-2 count. Runner at first. Anything that gets down into the gap should score Harris. Here's the pitch. Swing. Dribbles it right through the infield. And that's a 2-out single for Stuart Fairchild. That's Fairchild, run child. 2 for 2 on the day for Stuart. Nick Allen will be your batter. First pitch on the way. It's a cutter. Right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. Outside wide cutter. Way off the plate. That pitch was well out of the zone. He's lucky that thing didn't go to the backstop. The 1-1 count. Allen digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing. Check swing. Foul up and around his hands off the plate. He was trying to get out of the way and accidentally made contact. The 1-1. Brings it. Swing. 97. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. One-two count. Pitch on the way. 97 misses high and out of the zone, 2-2. The 2-2. That pitch misses high, ball 3-2. So now you're going to have the runners off to the races with a full count. And you've got speed on the base pass. You've got Michael at second, and Fairchild is at first. Anything that gets down with any kind of length could score 2. The payoff pitch. Swing, rifled it over to first, and just getting in front of it and beating Allen by about a step is the first baseman low, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead at 4-1. We go to the 7th. Man, that was close. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country.
Do you ever just want to retire from being thick? God, I've been thick my whole damn life. Like, I want to switch it up, change the tempo, retire, collect my 401k and just settle down. I can't remember a time my thighs didn't touch. Is that a footprint on my wall?
I'm worried about any number of things, but this is one thing I never, ever worry about.
When I read in the papers that escalating salaries or gambling are going to be the end of baseball, I love it because I've been hearing this or been reading about this for 130 years.
I don't think you can't do too much because we have done a whole lot of things to hurt it, but it's a type thing that I don't care how, but you can't kill it. You just can't kill baseball because when you get ready to kill baseball, something gonna come up, somebody gonna come up to snatch you. After the Black Sox scandal, here comes Ruth. I heard Ruth hit the ball. I'd never heard that sound before. And I was outside the fence, but it was a sound of the bat that I had never heard before in my life. That was Ruth hitting the ball. And the next time I heard that sound, I'm in Washington, D.C. I rushed out, and there was Josh Gibson hitting the ball. Now, I didn't hear it anymore. I'm in Kansas City, and I heard this sound one more time that I hadn't heard only twice in my life. Bo Jackson swinging at that, and now I heard this sound. It was a thrill for me. I said, here it is again. I heard it again. I've only heard it 3 times in my life, but now I'm living because I'm going to hear it again one day if I live long enough.
Aaron Bummer will come on to pitch. So that'll close the books for Mr. Bryce Elder. 6 innings of 1-run ball, 3 strikeouts, a walk, as he scattered 5 hits. First pitch on the way is a sinker. Right there for a strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. Low is your batter. The cleanup hitter, it's 0-1. The 0-1. 92 right on the edge. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Braves lead at 4-1. We're here in the 7th inning. The 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. Same 2 teams back at it. Same bat time, or same bat channel, new bat time, 12:15. First pitch. We'll come on the air at 11:30 to get you ready. The 1-2. Swats it back foul, just got a piece of it. See if we can clean this screen up a little bit. The 1-2. Bummer brings it. Swing. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Sweeper. Ball got Murphy on the inner part of the leg. Home plate umpire Fairchild buying him some time. Got him on the knee, and it might have skipped right past the family jewels. We got a 1-2 count. Set up outside. 93 sinker, misses high. 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, slices it into left field, and that's down for a base hit. Nationals with the leadoff runner once again. They've had that a lot in this series. Aaron Bummer gives up the leadoff single to start the inning. Fastball about letter high, and Lowe didn't try to do too much with it. He just shot it the other way. They were playing him to pull. On a normal defense, Riley's there to catch it on a line drive. He had no chance there. First pitch on the way is a curved ball. Right there for a strike in the heart of the plate. Got to be careful there. It's 0-1. Alex Call doesn't have a home run on the season, but he is a good hitter. The 0-1. Snaps the curveball on the outer edge. It's 0-2. Aaron Bummer's claim to fame, his calling card, is the ground ball double play. He'd love to get one here. 0-2 count. As Cole takes his time out, he climbs back into the box. Pitch from Bummer. Way hey high. 93 miles an hour fastball. It's 1-2. 1-2 to call. Tried to snap that curveball. That one was well out of the zone. Good job by Smurf to keep that from going to the backstop. The 2-2 from Bummer. They set up inside. Swung on, chops it foul. Back behind him. Braves 4, Nats 1. Braves looking to take the first 3 games of this series, the first 3 games of the season series. The 2-2. Swing chops it to Riley, and it's off Riley's chest, and that's going to be an E5. Another error on Riley. And every time we start talking about thinking about he might need a gold glove, he has weeks like this. They may bail him out, but that should be an error. He got bailed out the other day on a play that should have been an error. They gave it an infield hit. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, they're going to give that an error. And rightfully so. So now what should have been a rally-killing double play is now problems all over the base paths. Murph goes out there to try to calm down Bummer, and Josh Bell, who can tie this with one swing, stands at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single. In the 4th, that was from the left side. He stands at the right side. First pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball, it's 0-1. It's amazing when you see this from Riley because he'll make some incredible plays at third. The 0-1 hits it up the middle. Should be a 6, 4, 3 easy double play. The runner will make it to third, but there are 2 outs. Bell does not run well. He never has. Now at this stage in his career, he runs even slower. He might be one of the few guys in the major leagues that when healthy, Ozuna could beat him in a foot race. I mean, it would be close. Bell might get him, but it would be really close. They should have that during the 6th inning instead of the freeze. Have Bell and Ozuna running. First pitch swinging, bangs it into left field, and it's a 4-2 game. Hanging curveball, and Cruz gets an RBI single with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Hard hit ball. Nobody had a chance at that. Allen stretched out for it. Almost made a heck of a grab, but it still would have scored the run. First pitch on the way to Tanya is a sinker up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Adams is on deck. CJ in the hole. Time to take it to the 7th inning stretch, Bummer. He flips it over to first to keep the runner close by. The 0-1 way outside. The runner goes. Here comes the throw from Riley, from Smurf. And the runner's well under the throw. And he gets into scoring position with 2 outs. He beat that by a mile. Good jump by Cruz. 1-1, sweeper down and away. 2-1. Bummer's got a bit of a mess here. Braves clinging to a 2-run lead. Runner at second, 2 outs. The 2-1 from Bummer. Right there for a strike. 2-2. I don't know what is going on. It's usually the road games, but the home game tonight, the Braves score bug has been all kinds of delayed and behind on the television cast. The 2-2. Swing, slices it down the line, fair, and we're going to have a 1-run game. Eli White cuts it off, fires it to second. Good throw, but Tanya in there, the head first slide, and we have got ourselves a 1-run game. Braves playing with their food here, and now what was a 4-1 game that you felt like could be an easy cruise to victory is now another dogfight. Another pitch now that one, I'll tell you what, that's a tough break for Bummer. That was inside. He fought it off his hands and shot it down the third base line on a left-handed batter. You don't see that every day. We'll be back in a flash. The pitching change is coming here in Braves country. On this date in 1884, umpire Van Court infuriates the visiting Detroit Wolverines when he calls their batter out on a third strike foul tip in a National League contest at the South End's grounds. Mike Hines, the Bean Eaters' backstop, clearly did not catch the strike three because the ball became wedged in his catcher's mask. On this date in 1910, issuing just one walk, which spoils his bid for a perfect game, Philadelphia Athletics right-hander Chief Bender throws a 4-0 no-hitter at Shibe Park against the Cleveland Naps. The home plate umpire, Bill Dineen, who tossed a no-hit game against the White Sox playing with the Pilgrims in 1905, making him the only person in big league history to both throw a no-hitter and call one as an umpire. And on this date in 1915, talking about time flies when you're having fun, Chicago White Sox hurler Red Faber hurls only 67 pitches in his complete game victory over the Washington Senators. The future Hall of Fame right-hander keeps his pitch count down by needing to just throw 3 pitches to retire the side in order in both the 3rd and the 5th inning. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Welcome back. De Los Santos, Enyel De Los Santos coming to the bump. Right-hander. Comes in with a 3.32 ERA. Righty-lefty matchup with Adams coming to the plate. First pitch on the way, 91 at the knees. They have Adams up there. That is not Adams. That is Ruiz. It's 1-0. That should have been a strike. That was a bad blown call there by Blue, the 1-0. Right there at the knees. Same heights, other side of the plate, 1-1. One count. Kicks and fires. Slider misses. 2-1. Keibert Ruiz, 290 batter. He'll assume catching duties at the end of this inning as he comes in to pinch hit for Adams. 2-1 count. De Los Santos steps towards second but does not throw. Two-one count. De Los Santos comes set. The pitch. 97 well off the plate. 3-1. And you've got C.J. Abrams standing on deck. Really playing with fire here. Three-one. Swing lifted. High down the right field line. Deep into shallow-ish right field. Olsen goes all the way down the line and makes the catch. We get out of the jam. Holy shnikes. Let's get out of this inning. It's 4-3. We need some runs, Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one. A two. A three. We are
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to the Book of Eli is a sinker at the knees from Henry, the right-hander. Cole Henry, it's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing! That ball is lined over to second. Good play by Tanya. One down. Running over and backhanding it, making the catch. Jose Tanya kind of plays all over this infield. That'll bring Austin Riley to the plate. Riley, 1 for 3. Austin Riley with a single in the third inning. First pitch is a strike right there. It's 0-1. Grounded out his last time up. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. 0-2. An 0-2 count. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good Lord. 2 quick outs, and Marcell Ozuna will be your batter. He hit a double down the left field line that scored Allen and Fairchild his last time up in the 5th. In the first inning, he flew out to deep left, almost left the yard. First pitch, curveball in the dirt, 1-0. Batting third tonight with the left-hander on the mound. So Olsen stands on deck. I would imagine they'll flip-flop again. Looks like that's what they've been doing here for the past week or so. The 1-0. Curveball, did he go around? He did, 1-1. One count. Swing, slices it back, 1-2. Aaron Bummer, I see Yelton talking about it. Aaron Bummer was signed to an extension. They're not going to release him. He was signed an extension the same day that Jose Jimenez was signed to an extension in the offseason. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. Jose Jimenez, Joseph Jimenez. The hope is he could be back sometime later in the year, but I haven't heard anything on it. The 2-2, down below, 3-2. On his original timeline, he would start baseball activities in June, maybe July. But the question is, how quick can he get ready? The 3-2's down the way, ball 4. So, Big Zoo draws a walk, good at bat. That'll force Henry to face Olsen. Instead, Martinez is going to go to the left-hander out of the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. We lead by 1 with 1 on here in the bottom of the 7th. On this date in 1911, Boston Red Sox come back to beat the Detroit Tigers 13-11, overcoming a 9-run deficit in the Bennett Park contest. Duffy Lewis hits a 10th inning grand slam and proves to be the difference in the game, which also includes Ty Cobb's first grand slam of his career as well. On this date in 1911, en route to a 19-5 victory of the Cardinals, the New York Giants score 13 runs, tallying a record 10 times before the first batter is retired in the bottom of the first inning. Game took place at the Polo Grounds, where Fred Merkle drives in 6 runs in New York's first frame, including a 3-run inside the Parker to help catapult the Giants past the Cards. And on this date in 1929, for the first time, both teams will wear numbers on their jerseys in the same game at the same time. This takes place when the Cleveland Indians host the New York Yankees at League Park in Cleveland. The numerals will become a permanent fixture for each club going forward. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. On this date in 1862, at the Union Ground. Welcome back. Left-hander coming out of the pen, Jose Ferreira. We saw him earlier in the series. He'll face Matt Olson. First pitch is a 96 off the glove of Ruiz. It rolls up the first base line, but Ozuna's not going anywhere. It's 1-0. Someone with pretty good speed probably takes off and gets to second. Really wasn't that bad of a pitch by Ferreira. It was just, for whatever reason, handcuffed Ruiz and it popped off his glove. 1-0 to Olson. Ozuna just stayed put. He said, I'm in scoring position right here, Matty. You just hit one over the wall. 1-0, high and inside, 2-0. Two-0 count, lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch to Olson. Swing! Slices it foul. 98-mile-an-hour sinker in on the hands. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Down below the knees. 3-1. Matt Olson 1 for 3 on the day. Standing on deck is Smurf. Infield back. Playing Matt DePole. 3-1. Swing. Slices it back. Fouled. 98. Just mistiming that one up. It's full count. So Ozuna will be on the move here. But we know he won't be running very fast. He will be running. The payoff pitch. Swing and a missed, strike 3. Blew it right by him. Well, we head to the 8th, clinging to a 1-run lead. Does that sound familiar? We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 4-3 your score. Top of the 8th we go.
Y'all, I can't believe my mama used to drop me off at the skating rink with no cash, no phone, and go home and wait for a collect call from, hey, Mama, I'm ready. You can come and pick me up now.
What's your biggest pet peeve that really isn't that serious, but it still annoys the hell out of you? I'll go first. I don't know why, but it really, really bugs me when someone takes their food out of the microwave before the time is up, and then they just leave the remaining time up there. Like, come on, dude. Reset the damn thing so I can see what time it is without having to glance at my phone.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah?
What's a transgender athlete?
It's a dude who wants to win so bad, he pretends to be a girl.
I'm not being asked to do anything that none of us hasn't done before in our own kitchens in our own home. Now, quick, kill 5 eels. What? I'm serious. Every restaurant critic in Seattle is out there, and they all want anguilla, so start killing eels. Wait. How do you suggest I do that? How do I know? You're the chef. Throw a toaster in the damn tank for all I care.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small children and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed, the only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the seasons, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime, ending with the hard facts of autumn. It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from De Los Santos to C.J. Abrams is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, 2 for 2 on the day with the walk. The 1-0 to Abrams. Off the plate, 2-0. New college top 25 baseball poll. We're getting nearer, closer to their playoffs as the 2-0 down and in 3-0. Abrams started to take his stuff off his shoe and now realized that that's only ball 3. He about had me faked out. I thought I'd forgotten to pitch or something. The 3-0. Now that's ball 4. He'll head down to first and nobody out. LSU tops the poll with number 1 in the country. Auburn number 2. North Carolina 3. Georgia 4. And the Florida State Seminoles are number 5. Arkansas 7. Vanderbilt 10. Alabama 16. The defending national champion Tennessee Volunteers are 18. First pitch on the way, well off the plate, 1-0. North Carolina State is 21. Louisville 23. That's your top 25 of the southern teams in Braves country. De Los Santos flips it over to first again. One-0 count. They're going to... Oh, my word. Olsen had C.J. Abrams picked... De Los Santos had C.J. Abrams picked off at first. He threw the ball to Olsen. It goes past Olsen. I'm trying to see what happened here. Didn't look like that bad of a throw, but it goes into the Braves dugout. I don't think Olsen was ready for it. I think it handcuffed him. He wasn't really paying attention, caught him off guard. And now Abrams is at third with the 2-base error. So the infield's got to come in. You got a 1-0 count. The tying run's at third. Good Lord. I just don't think Olsen was ready for it. Looking at the replay a few times, the throw wasn't that far. It was right there. Olsen should have had it. But he wasn't really paying attention. It threw him off and didn't pick up on it and went to the dugout. So, here we go. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider off the plate. It's 1-1. What's really a shame of this is that they're about to bleed away a win for Bryce Elder, who pitched well tonight. The 1-1. Swing lifted. That'll tie the game. Ball's going to get down. Actually, I think Harris might have caught that ball. Let's see. Did he trap it? He did trap it. It's a single for Rosario. And the game is tied 4-4. The win is off the table for Bryce Elder. Yeah, he did trap it. Laid out, almost made a heck of a catch. It wouldn't have mattered. The runner would have scored easily from third, but that error cost dearly. Rosario's coming out of the game. They're going to pinch run. A little surprised because Rosario's got good speed. But they're bringing a speedster in who is a base stealing specialist in Nunez as the pinch runner. Pay attention, Olsen. They're going to flip it over to first. This time he is looking. That's one move De Los Santos has used up. One on, nobody out. Pitch outside. 99 misses. 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Change up off the edge, 1-1. One count. They're going to flip it over to first, and now he's used both of his moves. So now, man, that is close. Did he not get him? He got him. Are they going to challenge this? They've got to challenge this. They're not challenging that. My God, they got him. The 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2. I've seen the replay on 2 different monitors 4 times total, and each time they get him on the arm before he slides. And I don't know who is talking to Weiss, but that guy needs to be fired. Whoever talks to Weiss, because they can't look at video in the dugout. They're relying on the boneheads up top. He is out. The 1-2, inside 2-2, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got a big lead over there right now. So if you go over there, you got to get him. And it's a really big lead. The 2-2, swing rips it. That ball's going to get down. That could score a run. Nunez can fly. He'll score. Braves trail 5-4. So a dumb call by the up top once again to not challenge a play. I mean, they absolutely got him. Snicker finally gets off his can and is going to go get De Los Santos, who's getting pelted around the stadium. He's yet to record an out in this inning. We'll get a pitching change here and try to reset. Nats lead by 1, and they got a runner at second, and there's still not a soul out here in this inning. On this date in 1883, the Philadelphia Quakers, later known as the Phillies, win their first game in franchise history when they rout the Chicago Cubs, at the time called the White Stockings, at Chicago's Lakefront Park. Philadelphia had lost its first 8 games before today's 12-0 victory and will finish the season in last place in the 8-team National League with a record of just 17-81 for a 173 winning percentage. On this date in 1913, the big train Walter Johnson, his streak of 55.2 scoreless innings ends when he gives up a run in the bottom of the 4th in the Senators' 10-5 victory against the St. Louis Browns at Sportsman's Park. The right-hander's record will last until 1968, when Don Drysdale will surpass the mark, tossing 58.2 blank frames for the Dodgers, which will be surpassed by Orel Hershiser 20 years later. And on this date in 1965, Carl Yastrzemski drives in 5 runs, hitting for the cycle with an additional home run. However, he has his homers in the first and second inning, along with a double in the 6th, a single in the 8th, and a triple in the 10th were not enough when the 7th place Red Sox lost to the Detroit Tigers at Fenway Park. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Rafael Montero will come in. Righty-lefty matchup. Nathaniel Lowe, the batter. First pitch, swing, fouls it straight back. 4-seam fastball, it's 0-1. Braves trail 5-4 after leading 4-1. Last 2 innings, bullpen has coughed up the lead, giving up 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. The 0-1. Inside almost gets him in the hand, 1-1. 1-1 count. When I said we needed a laugher, I didn't mean for the other side. 1-1. Down and in. 2-1. Braves will have the middle of the order due up in the bottom of the 8th. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. Swing, rips it over to first. Olsen have it. Flips it to Raphael, who tags the bag. One down. On the play, Wood moves his way down to third. Wood doesn't have great speed. You could almost probably play the infield halfway and get away with it. He's got okay speed, but not great speed, not for an outfielder. First pitch on the way, Cruz. Did he go around? Looks like he did. He did. It's 0-1. Splitter. Couldn't lay off of. Excuse me, Alex Call. Alex Call, the pitch, swing, pops it up. Will it stay in play? Murph gives chase. Back behind home plate. Bends out of play. Into the seats. Bounces around for a souvenir. It's 0-2. Same two teams back at it tomorrow. 12:15 first pitch. It'll be the SSAJ versus Williams. Should be a pretty good matchup. The 0-2. 95 just misses high. 1-2. Infield is drawn all the way in. The 1-2. Misses well out of the zone 2-2. Tried to go to that well twice. Two count. Right there. Oh, come on. Come on. That pitch was right down Main Street, top shelf. Another blown call by Blue behind home plate. My God, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's just karma. What a putz. 2 away. How can you miss the call when your face is right there? He wasn't blocked, obstructed by anything. Jeez. They have got to bring the robo-umps, and I mean quick fast. I'm going to have a stroke. First pitch on the way to Josh Bell is a splitter. Down and away, it's 0-1. The 0-1. And give me the challenges, too. I like those challenges they had in the spring. Swung on, popped back out of play. It's 0-2. I want that challenge. I like that challenge in the spring. I like the idea you can only do 2, and I like the idea that you can't get any help from the dugout. Like everything they were doing, I'm in on it. The 0-2, 94. Caught looking, strike 3. May have been an iffy called strike 3, but hey, he owed us at least one. Braves choked the lead away. We'll try to get it back in the bottom of the 8th. That's our inning. We'll be back in a flash.
Do not flirt with me because I will develop a crush on you, and that is a threat.
What if I told you that Mark Fidrich wasn't the only bird flying around the baseball field in the late 1970s? Here is the short baseball career of Larry Bird. After leading the Sycamores basketball team to a 33-1 record, Larry was razzed by the head coach of the baseball team at that time about how often he was icing his body. The coach would even go as far as saying anybody could play basketball and that baseball was the harder of the two sports. This led to a dare Bird wouldn't turn down. Would he be able to play college baseball for Indiana State? With a non-conference doubleheader coming up against Kentucky Wesleyan, the time and the place were set. Wearing the number 24 instead of his legendary 33, he would take the field in the second game of a doubleheader. Bird would play first base, and while playing there, he made 9 putouts. His first at-bat ended with a strikeout and a trip back to the dugout. In his second at-bat, he would get his redemption when he drilled a single up the middle that plated 2 runs. After being told to take it easy in the field, he went after an infield pop-up between first base and home plate. Both Larry and the catcher would collide and remain down for several minutes. Bird would eventually get up. It was later confirmed he just got the wind knocked out of him. Not taking any more chances, he was taken out of the game. And just like that, the short baseball career of Larry Bird was over before it started. 2 months later, he would sign an NBA contract with the Boston Celtics, and the rest is history.
The idea that home plate has a little roof. A little roof, it has a little roof. It's a little house. It brings us back to where we're safe and where we care and where we're cared about, where we're loved. Coming home on a baseball diamond's pretty darn dramatic. You feel immense relief to have gotten out of all those hazards out there. Between first and third is hazardous territory. And then third home is joy. You're out of trouble. You're coming back and you're running toward the home team dugout. You can see them and they're all grinning and they're glad to see you and their arms are out and you come across that thing. It's pretty big league stuff.
Sean Murphy leads us off. Murphy, Ozzie, and Michael. First pitch is a strike right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Braves trail by 1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Ferrer is back out there with his ERA north of 7. The 0-2. Down and away 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch way high out of the zone. 2-2. Baseball Hernandez warming up in the pen. The 2-2 swing, fouls it down the right field line, out of play. I would say if the game is 5-4, Montero may be sent back out, but they may be putting Daysbel in regardless. I was thinking Daysbel was being brought in if it was tied. The 2-2, fisted back, do it again. The 2-2. Ferrer. Whoa! Inside 99 almost gets him. You'd almost want that to hit Smirk to put the tying run on, but that thing came in at 99 miles an hour. I don't want any of our boys getting hit by 99. That could be a stint on the IL coming. The payoff pitch. Swing! Fouls it away. That pitch from the southpaw comes in hot. Smurf trying to work his way aboard. Ozzie on deck. Bloop and a blast, we'd be in business. The payoff pitch. Fouls that one back. The 3-2. Ferrer comes set. Inside. That one did get him, but it doesn't matter. It's ball 4. He appears to be okay. Trying to see where it got him. Maybe on the hip. He's going to tag first and then get pitch ran for. Did y'all see that the other night? There was it was the Marlins. Jesus Sanchez as Luke Williams will come in and pinch run for Murph. Yeah, got him right on the wallet. So he appears to be okay. But there was an intentional walk in the game. And Jesus Sanchez, who we've seen many a times with the Marlins, goes to walk down to first as the first pitch on the way to Ozzie is fouled off. Out of play, it's 0-1. And he doesn't go all the way down when he realizes he's getting pitch ran for. So he turns back around, goes to the dugout, and the runner at first base is standing there, and they throw over to first to challenge the play, and he gets called out. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 99, blew it right past Ozzie. It's 0-2. They believe it's the first time ever that an intentional walk was recorded as an out in Major League Baseball history. You have to touch the bag and then get pulled out of the game. The 0-2, 99 inside, 1-2. Sounds like a goofy rule, but that's the rule, and I guess Sanchez was not aware of it because they showed him in the dugout. He was confused as all heck get out. 1-2, fouls that back, 99 once again. We'll do it again. One-two count. Lefty, righty, Williams at first. Swing, that ball's lifted into left field. Coming in, making the easy running catch is Wood. It's L7 in the scorecard, one away. One down. That'll bring Michael Harris to the plate. You wonder if Luke Williams may try to go. I do know that Ferrer likes to throw the bender breaking pitch to the left-handers when he gets ahead. So if he can time that up as they throw over to first to keep Luke Williams close by. If Luke can time that up, he might have an opening to steal a second and get into scoring position. Braves trail by 1, bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Michael is inside. It's 1-0. He's been kind of all over the place with his control, but he does have an out. Recorded 2 so far as he came on in the last inning. The 1-0. Right there at the knees, 1-1. One count. Runner goes. Here comes the throw. It's a wide throw, and he is safe. Good run and steal by Luke Williams. Cool hand Luke makes it down to second. Wasn't a great jump, to be honest with you, but he's got good speed that made up for it. Head first slide just got under the tag. They will not challenge it. Runner at second, 1 out. The 2-1. Swing, chops it. Back in front of the plate. It goes foul. They flip it down to first, but it is a foul ball. No, they're calling that fair? All right, well, Luke makes it down to third. I thought he had double tapped it, but I guess I saw it wrong. So Luke gets down to third, but there's 2 outs, so it's going to take a base hit anyways. That'll bring Stuart Fairchild. He's been the man of the hour tonight. Can he come through again? He's 2 for 2 with a double, a single, 2 runs, an RBI. Time is called. I think that's it's a pitch timer violation. It's 1-0. So that's one thing into Fairchild's advantage. He'll begin this at bat at 1-0. As Ferrer wasn't locked into the batter in time. The 1-0. Swing, rifles a 97-mile-an-hour fastball back behind home plate. It's 1-1. On deck is Nick Allen. This isn't where you would really want to put Baldwin or Verdugo in to pinch it, but they may. 1-1 misses inside, 2-1. I mean, I don't know if I like the idea of lefty-lefty, as nasty as he is from that left side. But this just may be more of them not having much faith in Nick Allen. The 2-1. Swing, chops it foul, 2-2. If you just need a single, I'm not worried about someone who can put the ball up high. He's in the dugout with the batting helmet on and talking to the hitting coach, Tim Heyer. So they may be planning on doing that if Fairchild reaches. If he doesn't reach, it's a moot point. The 2-2. Swing, chops it towards short. Abrams, easy play. 6-3 putout ends the inning. Braves get one on, but can't do a thing with it. We'll be back in a flash. Up trailing by one, heading to the top of the 9th inning.
So I was talking to this girl, and she was like, I like men and women, but for some reason I'm still single. And I was like, well, it looks like you're still by yourself.
Hey, back in the day, we used to throw toilet paper all over people's houses for pranks. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to stretch out this last roll until payday.
Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's pasteurized before we can even see it.
Dan, what? I need your help. I've tried to handle this myself, but I have one teacher that is really intimidating and pushes me pretty hard about my belief.
About what?
About everything. He just starts an argument with me in class and tries to put me down about every topic. You know, last week he made me give a talk about the Bud Light news stories in front of the class, and then he made fun of my opinions for it. So I have a meeting with him in his classroom today at lunch. It's like, I want to stand my ground, but he's getting louder and tougher now that I'm a senior and my year is coming to an end. It's like, I just don't know how to handle it, Dad. I'm really struggling.
You handle it with me standing behind you. I'll be there for your meeting.
It's passed along from parents to children. My father was a football fan, but my mother was a baseball fan, so I went to ball games with my mother. She passed along her sense of the game. I'll pass it along to my son. It is a family heirloom. It is America's family heirloom because it goes back so far. But the thing that's most important about that is that we respect the people of other generations in baseball, perhaps more than we respect other generations in other fields in this country. We've been called a disposable society, but we don't dispose of Babe Ruth. We don't dispose of Walter Johnson. We treat them as though they are equals and contemporaries though they're dead. That's a very special thing to hand on to children.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. So I guess right, Montero will stay in the game. Daysville was just being warmed up that they tied the game. First pitch on the way. Fastball, foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Pirates lead the Mets 4-0 in the 8th, so that's good news for Braves Country. Rangers 8-3 of the Rockies going into the 7th. Royals 3-2 over the Astros in the 7th. The 0-1 from Montero. Swing and a miss, 95, 0-2. Padres 3-1 over the Angels. They are in the 2nd inning. Dodgers and A's are just about ready to start. The rest of these are finals. Twins win the doubleheader in Baltimore by the scores of 6-3 as the 0-2 misses high and inside. 1-2. And 8-6. Phillies win game 1 of a doubleheader 2-1. And lose 14-7 in game 2. 1-2 misses 2-2. Diamondbacks hold off the Giants 8-7 in a barn burner day game. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. Splitter. Nasty pitch. One away. Brewers 9-5 over the Guardians. Yankees top the Mariners 3-2. Tigers walk off the Red Sox 6-5. Blue Jays 3-1 winners over the Rays. White Sox beat the Reds 4-2 in Cincinnati on Pete Rose night. Guess making up for Shoeless Joe and the Black Sox. And the Marlins beat the Cubs 3-1. The 1-0 splitter misses. 2-0. Tanya the batter, 1 for 3. He hit that weird slice down the left field line, the RBI double. His last time up, the 2-0, 94 right down the pipe, 2-1. It's an inside-out swing that just got down the third base line. The 2-1 pitch, down and in 3-1. Very fortuitous spot that it landed. Won't call it luck, but you do that, it's that same pitch 99 times out of 100, it's going to be an out. 3-1 count. Swing, slices it towards left, going over the head of Eli White, off the wall, bangs off the wall. He makes it to second. Eli fires it in the infield, and he'll stay at second for a one-out double. That one, there was no luck involved in that one. He hammered it over the head of Eli White, and Eli White, of course, doesn't play left there a whole lot. He's normally in right field trying to figure out where he is when he had to turn and look over the other shoulder. He lost it a bit, and it faded away from him. That'll bring Ruiz to the plate. Dangerous with the bat. First pitch swinging. He hammers it into right. Going up against the wall. Making the catch is Stuart Fairchild. He'll fire it back into the infield. Taney will tag second and run to third, but there are 2 out away. But what's more concerning is that's 2 pitches in a row that have been hammered. Getting way too much of the zone. Right into Ruiz's wheelhouse. Good play by Fairchild. 2 down. Abrams back up there. Seems like he bats every inning. First pitch. Misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Swing. Lifts it down the left line. Will it stay fair? Bounces foul. Just past the reach of Eli White. He was giving chase, but that was a long way to go. The 1-1 count as everybody retreats back to their position. Braves have blown a 3-run lead. It's now 5-4 here in the ninth. 2 outs. The 1-1. Swing. Fists it foul and out of play. It's 1-2. Montero, it's his 28th pitch. Brings it. Splitter, misses, 2-2. Celtics extended the series tonight, beating the Knicks without Jason Tatum, who's out for the year with his injury. Forcing a game 6, the 2-2. Hit on the ground to Olsen. Olsen has it, flips it to Montero, who steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. So the Nationals threaten once again. When we come back, Drake Baldwin will lead us off. It'll be Eli after that, and Riley to finish us off. Let's get some runs, Braves country.
Today is the day. We're going to be a little less of a bitch. We're going to be a little more cool-headed. We're going to be a little more mild-mannered. I mean, probably not, but, we can be hopeful.
People I know are starting to follow me.
That's not good.
If you know me in real life, I apologize in advance, because things are weird on here.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but go put that laundry in the dryer before you wind up leaving it too long and have to rewash it.
In every era of baseball history, there is one pitcher who stands above the rest. For over 4 decades, that pitcher was John Donaldson. With the Tennessee Rats, he went 44-3. Included in those wins were a 31 and a 27 strikeout performance. Buck O'Neil claimed he threw a slider 20 years before anyone else did. John McGraw once said he was the greatest he had ever seen. 73% of his starts resulted in a win. 92% of them ended in a complete game. He once threw a fastball so hard it broke his catcher's hand. How about we close this off with some stats? 413 wins, 5,091 strikeouts, and 2 perfect games. Without question, I believe Donaldson should be in the conversation for top pitchers of all time. What do you think? Is he one of the best of all time?
Why did the man fall down the well? Because he couldn't see that well.
Baseball, because of the sense of its continuity over the space of America and the time of America. This is a place where memory gathers. It's a place that we can return to. And it's a place that we can even imagine existing in the future. I think we have some hope that baseball might look like baseball 100 years from now.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Kyle Finnegan will come on to try to close this game. He's a pretty good closer. They don't have much of a bullpen, but Kyle Finnegan is a good closer. 12 of 14 save attempts. Braves have seen him many a times, and he's usually thrown really well against Atlanta. Tell you a funny story. I'm sitting here waiting in the commercial break, and I heard that guy's clip where he says, I don't know who needs to hear this about the dryer. In between breaks, I had to go running through closing the dryer. I set that thing this morning. I forgot all about it. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin is a 4-seam fastball inside. It's 1-0. I was like, man, when I first made that clip because I think we've had that for a couple of years now, I used to think, I wonder if that's ever going to help anybody out. It finally helped me out. The 1-0. Swing, hits it up the middle, and that is going to be a base hit. The Drake gets us into business as we start the bottom of the 9th inning.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
1-0 or 1-run game, and you can't pinch run for Baldwin. Now, he's got decent speed for a catcher. That's not the issue. The issue is you would love to have another pinch runner, but you don't have another catcher. So he'll stay on. And Alex Verdugo is going to bat for Eli White. First pitch, swing, chopper back to the mound. That'll easily get Drake down to second. It'll be a 1-3 put out. So 1 down here in the 9th, but the tying run is moved to second base into scoring position. So just like that, couple of pitches in, 3 to be exact, we've got a runner at scoring position at second. Austin Riley at the plate. And Ozuna standing on deck. Righty-righty matchup. We got a couple of chances at this. Let's see if we can kick it through. First pitch to Riley. Swing! 97 miles an hour. Fouls it out of play. It's 0-1. We'll try to light this up again. For whatever reason, it's really behind tonight. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. Slider. It's 0-2. Baldwin at second. Riley with 2 strikes on him already. Finnegan will be trying to get him to chase. The 0-2. Swing and a missed strike 3. Blew it right by him. 2 away. Man. Riley's going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one. He got taken to school. Marcell Ozuna is our last chance. That's usually a good chance. Looking for any kind of base hit. First pitch to Marcell. Down and away slider. It's 1-0. If it was that high 90s fastball, and he's got a couple of benders, he'll try to get you to chase. Slider in the off speed to try to get you swing over. 1-0 to Marcel. Swing and a miss. Chase the splitter. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves in danger of dropping back under 500. They'll have a chance to fix that tomorrow early, 12:15. The 1-1. Swing, pops it up. Back fouling out of play. Braves down to the last strike. Marcel going to have to try to shorten up that swing a bit. Just try to put bat to ball. Put the pressure on the defense. With decent speed at second, anything that were to get down should tie the ball game. The 1-2 to the Big Zoo. Finnegan comes and sets. High and out of the zone, 2-2. Good take by Marcel. That was a close pitch. He was up top of the zone. Trying to get Marcel to chase that and pop it up in the infield. The 2-2. Finnegan brings it. Swing. Just gets a piece of that slider. Fouls it back. We'll do it again. Braves 4, Nats 5. Game 3 of a 4-game set. Braves took games 1 and 2 here. They were leading this one. The bullpen fell apart. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Should be an easy out. Coming in, making the catch is called, and that'll end the game. Braves lose a tough one, 5-4. We won't do a traditional post-game show. We'll just do it right here with the loss. Seems kind of pointless to go do a whole different show on a loss. Braves lose a tough one, 5-4. When it's all said and done, the bullpen fell apart. They had a couple of lucky ones that dropped in for them. That's no doubt, but you still got to take blame for when things don't go right. And the Braves pitching fell apart after a very good performance by Bryce Elder. Not only did Bummer have some bad luck, De Los Santos, this is one of his worst outings. He went a third of an inning, gave up 2 earned runs, and got the loss and the blown save. Bummer technically got a hold, but I guarantee you he would tell you it didn't feel like a hold. Because when you come in with a 3-run lead and cough up 2, it doesn't feel like a hold. Montero, I thought, pitched really well. De Los Santos pitched terrible, and Bummer, he didn't pitch great, but at the same token, he had a couple of bad luck plays that usually at least one of those are outs. But nonetheless, he didn't have his A game tonight, and the Braves squandered some opportunities. Let's be honest, there were some opportunities earlier in the game where they had a chance to break the game wide open, and they just never did. We scored 2 in the 3rd and 2 in the 5th, but there were opportunities in the 6th. There were opportunities in the 7th. And then, of course, we had an opportunity to tie it right there in the 9th. And a couple other opportunities as well that just never came through. Braves get 8 hits and 4 runs. Usually that's good enough for this Braves team to win. This is only the 5th time we have lost this year when we have scored 4 runs or more. So typically that's enough to win, and the Nationals do have a good offense. Their pitching's lousy. We didn't take advantage of it tonight. We'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow. If you had a game ball to give, I'm giving it to Fairchild. But we don't give game balls away for losses. But Fairchild, I was very impressed tonight. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Even got a walk. Had a couple of good defensive plays. He pitched a really good game. And what about Drake Baldwin coming in again and getting a big base hit? He's batting .338 now. He'll get the start tomorrow. We'll go ahead and get out of your hair, Braves country. Braves lose a tough one, 5-4, fall to 21-22 on the year. Got a chance to get back to 500 tomorrow. I think we'll do it. It's a 12:15 first start. We'll come on the air at about 11:30. Probably do a little bit of a pregame. And 12:15 first pitch. It's going to come early, so get some rest, Braves country. It's A.J. Smith-Shawver versus Williams, Trevor Williams. We have the advantage in this game again. We ought to get the 3 out of 4, and get the series win. And if we get a series win, 3 out of 4, that we'll still take that as a very good homestand. And then we head to Boston on Friday night. Y'all have a great one, Braves country. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, And now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.